Horses Radio. Today, the Philadelphia Eagles meet the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Jim Kelly and Tim Ryan back at Tampa Bay. The Bucs and the Eagles in just a couple of moments here on CBS Radio.
Well, John McKay jokingly said, if we win the toss, we just soon kick it off. We like to have the ball down at their end. He was joking. They won the toss, and they will receive. It is Isaac Hagen standing at the 1. Tony Franklin will kick it off for the Eagles. The Eagles to our right in white, and Tampa to our left in orange, along with 72,000 fans. Hagen, from behind the goal line, brings it out to the 19, where he is met there by number 33, Louis Jamona. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will have the first possession from their own 21-yard line. For the Bucs, offensively, the tackles are Dave Revis and Darrell Carlton for the injured Charlie Hanna. The guards are Greg Roberts and Greg Horton. The center is Steve Wilson. The tight end is Jimmy Giles, one of the best in the National Football League. The wide receivers are Isaac Higgins and Morris Owens. And the running backs are Ricky Bell and Jerry Eckwood. Eckwood getting the start ahead of Johnny Davis, who has started for the last 4 or 5 games. Larry Mucker is in as a starter, replacing Morris Owens. He and Owens will alternate bringing in the plays. And Mucker goes wide left. First play from scrimmage is Eckwood. Off right tackle, picked up about 3 yards. He was met by Claude Humphrey, number 87, the tight end. Defensively for the Philadelphia Eagles, Claude Humphrey on the left side, Carl Hairston on the right, and the nose man is Charlie Johnson. The linebackers are John Bunting on the outside left, Jerry Robinson inside left, Frank LeMaster and Reggie Wilkes on the right side. The secondary, Bobby Howard and Herman Edwards on the corners. Randy Logan and John Shara are the safeties. It is second, and it is 6 yards to go after a 4-yard gain by Jerry Eckwood, the rookie from Arkansas. They're in the split formation that gives us to Ricky Bell. He was almost hit behind the line of scrimmage, scrambles over the line of scrimmage for a gain of about 2. A close call there and a near loss. Humphrey made the tackle, blasting in with the linebacker, Frank LeMaster, number 55, and nearly dropped him for a loss, but it is 3rd and 3.
Of course, Ricky Bell, the outstanding USC grad, he has 5 100-plus yard games. All 5 of those games coming here at Tampa Bay. Bell leading the Buccaneers in rushing, 283 carries, over 1,263 yards, averaging about 4.5 yards every time he gets the football.
Johnny Davis is in the backfield now, number 38. Higgins and Owens are the wide receivers. Rolling out is Doug Williams, the young quarterback, and he hits the tight end Giles for a first down out to the Tampa Bay 45-yard line. Knocked out of bounds.
Just a simple spread out to the left side that time for the right-handed thrower from Grambling, Doug Williams. Good pass protection. The spread out hurt the Eagles' pass rush. Of course, they play the 3-4, and they throw it to Jimmy Giles, a big first down, pick up of 14 yards.
Rookie Jerry Robinson, the linebacker from UCLA, on the tackle. First down, Tampa Bay at their own 45-yard line. Davis is the lead back in the I formation. Mucker is wide left. Pitch shot to the right side comes Ricky Bell. 2 blockers ahead of him. Good hole. Bell inside the 50 to the 46 of Philadelphia. And he's knocked out of bounds by John Shara, number 21, the safety man. With help from Frank LeMaster, a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Big block thrown over on the right side by Eckwood. Some suspected with Jerry Eckwood getting the starting call, it would be a more varied Tampa Bay Buccaneer offense than we've seen previously. And so far, the Bucs have taken it across midfield on the very first possession. They've got it now at the Eagles' 46. Just a short 1 yard to go for the first down.
The water around Tampa Bay, the Tampa area, is blue, but we're in a sea of orange here. 72,000 in attendance, and 90% of those people are wearing orange shirts. On 2nd and 1, Ricky Bell, straight ahead behind the right guard, Roberts, and the center, Wilson, got close to the first down. Will probably need a measurement, and they're going to bring in the sticks. The tackle made by the nose man, Charlie Johnson, number 65.
And Big Charlie, 97 initial tackles on the season for the Philadelphia Eagles, 44 assisted tackles, 3 sacks of the quarterback. Of course, the job of the nose tackle it is to break up the blocking pattern of the other team offensive line. The Eagles relying on the 3-4 and utilizing the linebackers behind Charlie Johnson.
It is 3rd down and about 2 inches to go. for a first down. Mucker comes in. The Bucs will go from the Philadelphia 45. Inches, about 2, as a matter of fact.
Pretty hard not to give the ball, I would imagine, to Ricky Bell in this situation.
Right, third down. It is 3rd and 2 inches to go, so there's no question about not going here. Philadelphia and the Bucs both use that 3-4 defense. They use it very effectively. Obviously, Dick Vermeil and John McKay know how best to attack. Right now, it would appear just straight ahead, perhaps, with the quarterback, and it is. Doug Williams diving for the first down behind his right guard. Greg Roberts, a rookie from Oklahoma, their number 1 pick. He's had an outstanding rookie year. Johnson on the tackle. First down, Buccaneers.
Their second of the drive. Excuse me, Tim. The second of the drive, one by rushing, one by passing, and you can hear the huge crowd behind the Buccaneers. The home field advantage could be worth a whole lot more than the traditional 3 points you hear about on the home field advantage. If the Buccaneers can get out in front of the Philadelphia Eagles, then rely on their outstanding defense.
This is quite a sight, isn't it? Looking around and just seeing literally, it looks like an orange stadium. Pitch out to the right side for Ricky Bell. Bell blasts over the 40-yard line. A flag is down. He got to about the 39, and it would appear a holding penalty against Tampa Bay after a gain of 5 by Ricky Bell. Bell, who had an outstanding day against Kansas City in the 3-0 victory that clinched the Central Division title, sloshing through the mud for more than 100 yards and giving certainly most of the offense to Tampa Bay that day, and a field goal by Neil O'Donoghue getting them a victory. But it is against Tampa Bay.
Offense, number 70, holding.
Number 70 is Darrell Carlton, the right tackle, playing in Charlie Hanna's spot. And it is first down, but back at the 46-yard line of Tampa Bay. Wide left goes Isaac Higgins. It's a slot formation left. Ricky Bell, it's a lone setback. Wide right is the tight end, Jimmy Giles. In the slot left is Morris Owens, and Williams wants to throw. He's got time, and he hits the tight end. Giles at the 39-yard line of Philadelphia. LeMaster and Robinson combine on the tackle. It'll bring up second down and 4.
Jimmy Giles, number 88, the third-year man from Alcorn State. Just a simple down-and-out pattern. Giles leads the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in receptions with 40. He averages about 14.5 yards. He turned it in on Bobby Lee Howard. Robinson there to assist on the tackle, but not before they picked up 16 of the necessary. Now it's just second and 4.
Jerry Eckwood is back in at running back with Ricky Bell, and Eckwood sets up on the wing left in the slot formation. Now in motion behind the ball is Larry Mucker to the near side. Straight ahead is Ricky Bell. Good hole. Bell breaks the tackle, gets to the 31-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay. Ricky Bell running hard, shook off a tackle. Carl Hairston finally pulled him down. Number 78. And it is first down, Tampa at the 31 of the Eagles.
Ricky Bell finishing 4th in the NFC in rushing. Tim, a very impressive drive because you've got a young team in their first playoff game, and they might have been hurt by that holding penalty when it was first down and 20 yards to go. So that was a big pass completion to Jimmy Giles, and of course the big first down just picked up by Ricky Bell.
John McKay will often go to 2 tight ends, even when it is not third and short, the more traditional use of them as blockers. He has Obradovich in now, along with Giles. Ricky Bell off tackle right, got a couple, maybe 3, depending on where they spot it. John Bunting, the linebacker, number 95, and number 55, Frank LeMaster on the tackle for the Eagles. A gain of 5 for Ricky Bell. Second down at the 25-yard line of Philadelphia.
And the Bucs offensive line doing the job now. Eagles defensively appear to be laying back, a little tentative, not firing off the ball, while the Bucs are beating them down in the trenches. Greg Horton, Steve Wilson, Greg Roberts, Darrell Carlton, and Dave Rivas.
Obradovich comes out. Higgins goes in and splits wide left. Mucker comes wide right. In the I formation, Ricky Bell is the lead back this time, and Eckwood is the tailback. And the give is to Eckwood. Straight ahead, he breaks a tackle and fights his way for about 4 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 1 as they are running effectively between the tackles. There was some question, Jim Kelly, about Darrell Carlton's ability to replace Charlie Hanna. Hanna, a rookie at that position, a third-year man in the pros, but coming from the defensive line and doing an outstanding job as a first-year offensive lineman. Some question whether Carlton would be an able replacement. So far in this opening drive, Carlton's been as much a factor as anybody else.
He's been outstanding, and the Eagles are doing what we did not see them do last week against the Chicago Bears and Walter Payton. There's no gang tackling for Philadelphia now. They're trying to arm tackle the Bucs runners, and against Ricky Bell and Jerry Eckwood, you can't do that.
Obradovic back in at tight end. The pitch out to Jerry Eckwood, and this time the Eagles close it up for a loss of about a yard on the left side. He tried to get wide, starting off tackle and breaking it outside, but the Eagles, John Bunting, along with number 87, Claude Humphrey, closed it down on the corner, and there was no gain as they mark it. It is not a loss, but no gain. It is still third down. Oh, he got it. They gave him the first down. I didn't think he got that far.
Jimmy, the ball carrier, Eckwood did not, but he fumbled the ball. It was under the leg of John Bunting, who didn't see it, and then Bell came over and recovered, and after the fumble, it was good for the first down.
I thought the play was already dead. Thank you, Jim Kelly. So it turns into a first down for Tampa Bay. Eckwood had been stopped, but the Bucs with a break. Ricky Bell comes up with the ball a yard downfield, and they have first down at the 20-yard line of the Eagles. Davis is in as the lead back. The pitch to Bell going wide left. Off tackle right through a hole there. Picks up about 7 yards. With a burst of speed, Ricky Bell got away from the pursuit. And it'll bring up second and 2 or 3 to go. Let's see where they mark it.
Claude Humphrey had a shot at him in the backfield. He just ran around Big Claude, and finally the Eagle linebackers had to do their job. The 3-4 defense not able to contain Ricky Bell at all, and if you're Dick Vermeil, you've got to be very concerned because you haven't had the football, and the Bucs have run off 7 minutes on the clock, and they're driving deep into Philadelphia territory.
Frank LeMaster finally the linebacker to get him. It is 2nd and 3. The ball is at the 13-yard line of the Philadelphia Eagles. Doug Williams, the young quarterback from Grambling. One lone running back is Ricky Bell. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. Williams wants to throw. Mucker, incomplete. Mucker was open. Williams just a little off the mark. Mucker got his fingertips on it, stretched out, but could not hold on. And it was a hard thrown ball, as Williams usually does. No chance for Mucker to grab it.
Doug Williams has been rapped as an ineffective passer. His percentage is just 41.8%, but that was certainly a catchable pass. Larry Mucker, 5'11", 195, the third-year man from Arizona State, had a touchdown, and the Buccaneers had 6, but it goes for an incompletion, and it's now 3rd down and 3 to go.
Morris Owens brings the play in from John McKay. Obradovic comes out. Higgins and Owens are the wide receivers. Davis is in with Ricky Bell in the pro set. 3rd down. The give is to Bell. Bell trying to go straight ahead as he was closed off by Humphrey. He cut it back inside, got to about the 10-yard line, depending on where they spot it. He needed 3 yards to go, and he'll be close to the first down. They are going to mark it. It would appear just short, but they're going to measure.
Looks like it'll be, Tim, about the length of the football, and the first decision now for John McKay and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Do you go for it?
It is literally inches to go.
Well, the fans are trying to help John make the decision. You know John pretty well. You've done a lot of the Tampa Bay games. I think it's early in the football game. I think it's a good time to test your offensive line. They've been handling Philadelphia's defense. I think they ought to go for it.
I think so, too. Normally, if you were going to go with the percentages, you get your 3 points. You've been moving the ball well. Playoff game, get your points. But here, they have moved the ball so well and have run it so well that with literally a couple inches to go and a big quarterback, Williams, I would think he'll keep it. 4th and inches, and he does, and he would appear to have it. Doug Williams diving behind his center, Steve Wilson, and it is first down, Buccaneers. They are inside the 10-yard line of Philadelphia. This crowd is just really enthusiastic. They were pumped and ready for their team, and they came out on the field to start this game, and they are enjoying this opening drive.
Tim, it's an opening drive that by the next snap of the ball will have used almost 8 minutes of the first quarter, and Philadelphia has yet to touch the football on offense.
Morris Owens has brought the play in. He goes wide left. They're in the eye. Johnny Davis the lead back. 2 tight ends are in. Obradovic left. Giles right. The pitch to the tailback. Ricky Bell Good defensive play on the corner. He got a couple as Claude Humphrey sliced over from the defensive end to knock him down, and then got help from the linebacker, John Bunting.
Very quiet Philadelphia bench over on the far sideline. Dick Vermeil conferring with his brain trust now. Defensively, the Eagles have been very strong throughout most of the season. They've defeated Dallas. They've defeated Pittsburgh, two high-powered offensive teams. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are not known for their offense. They rely pretty much on their defense. And so far, the Eagles have yet to get the football.
Jerry Eckwood has come in for Johnny Davis. It is 2nd and goal to go from the 8-yard line. Eckwood and Bell in the pro set to give us to Ricky Bell, cutting back against the grain inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. And the former USC star has had a brilliant opening series. It'll bring up 3rd down at the 4.
Tim, he was stopped back at about the 8-yard line. He got the rest of that on his own with a little stutter step there. He duped Jerry Robinson and then just cut to the left side and picked up another 3 yards. So it brings up now 3rd and 3. You'd be thinking Ricky Bell. This might not be a bad time for some play action, though, and watch Doug Williams on a sprint out.
Well, he can run the ball, too, Doug Williams. He's been a good rusher this year. Shara made that tackle at the 4. Johnny Davis is in with Bell now, and the pro set to the left. Bucker on the wing right. They come back to the strong side. Bell, outside, touchdown! Ricky Bell! Swinging it wide right and taking it outside for the major score. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with an impressive opening drive, primarily on the ground, but 2 or 3 key passes, have themselves the lead 6-0.
Ricky Bell was stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Claude Humphrey had a shot at him. John Bunting had a shot at him. Bell gave him the hip and then took it away and scampered into the end zone untouched. Tampa Bay leads at 6-0. The point after coming up.
And Neil O'Donoghue connects with the point after. And so with 5:26 remaining in the first quarter on the score, Tampa Bay 7, Philadelphia nothing. Let's take time out.
This bud's for you, for being on the job and working hard all day. This bud's for you, for all you do. The king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This bud's for you, for all you do. This bud's for you.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
If you've been waiting for the right time to buy a new 1979 Buick, your time has definitely arrived. For a limited time only, Buick is making it possible for your Buick dealer to offer outstanding savings on
The
America's...
Bucs drive 80 yards, and they do it in 18 plays. They used up 9 minutes and 25 seconds. They lead at 7-0.
Neil O'Donoghue kicks it off from left to right. It's taken at the goal line by Wally Henry. Henry, number 89, a good return to the 25 to the 30-yard line. And he gets all the way to the 31 before he's pulled down by Billy Cesar, number 44. They get up with a few words for each other for some reason. But the Philadelphia Eagles have pretty good field position to start in their first possession at their own 30-yard line with 5:16 to go here in the first period. Well, I guess John McKay was happy that he made the decision to take the ball on the opening kickoff after joking yesterday that he'd prefer to kick it off. But they have a 7-0 lead, and Ron Jaworski brings out the Eagles. Leroy Harris and Wilbert Montgomery are the running backs for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they're in the pro set. Straight ahead is Harris, and he is met and gang tackled just over the line of scrimmage. A gain of a yard, maybe 2 on the play. And the middle linebacker on the right side, Richard Wood, number 54, the leading tackler on the Buccaneers, comes up with the first hit of the game defensively for Tampa Bay. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
You talk about hit. By the time Leroy Harris was thrown down, there were 8 Buccaneers around the ball. The Eagles know that they're in a football game. Forget this business about first-time playoffs right now. Tampa Bay fired up, and they've got the lead.
Keith Prepley, the tight end. Harold comes wide left. They shift to the I formation. Charlie Smith, the other wide receiver. Jaworski to pass, swings it out, for Leroy Harris. He's met at the 35-yard line, and no blocking over there. Is bowled out of bounds by 3 Buccaneers. A flag down as he was bowled a little too hard. First man to hit him was Cecil Johnson, the outside linebacker, and then a couple of other Buccaneers got in on it out of bounds, and that's going to cost them. The gain was only 2 yards, but the Buccaneers are going to be penalized for unsportsmanlike conduct.
And the Tampa Bay coaching staff is absolutely livid on the sideline, as are the Sea of Orange directly below us.
Setting that Eagles offense for you, the tackles are Stan Walters and Jerry Sizemore. The guards are Woody Peoples and Wade Key. Guy Morris at center. The running backs, Harris and Montgomery. The wide receivers, Harold Carmichael and Charles Smith. And the tight end is Keith Prepley. And it brings first down to midfield for the Eagles. Following the penalty, here it comes from the referee, Fred Silva.
Foul, unnecessary roughness. First down.
Unnecessary roughness. He didn't single out the culprit. There were 3 Bucks wrestling Harris out of bounds. The umpire, Ralph Forecroft, the head linesman, Burl Toller, the line judge, Jack Petty, the back judge, Ben Tompkins, the side judge, Don Wedge, and the field judge, Armin Terzian. The Eagles shift to the I formation. Harris the lead back, Montgomery the tailback. They give us to Harris straight ahead. Harris battles his way, got through one tackler, then was popped by the safety man at the 47-yard line of the Buccaneers. It was Cedric Brown, number 34, coming up to put the hit on him after some hard inside running by Leroy Harris, the third-year man from Arkansas State.
Under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, Wilbert Montgomery, the leading ball carrier for the Philadelphia Eagles, has still not touched the football. It's been Leroy Harris who came over to the Eagles in the late preseason trade with the Miami Dolphins. 2 carries so far this afternoon, but their bread and butter runner, Wilbert Montgomery, hasn't touched the football yet.
It is 2nd and 7. Wide left comes Smith. Carmichael set on the wing right. They're in the I. Pitch shot to Montgomery going wide right. He's got a big hole. Dives for the first down yardage inside the 40-yard line. And Jarris White, the left cornerback, came up to make the tackle on him. Excellent blocking out the right side, Jim.
Well, Wilbert averages about 4.5 yards every time he touches the football, Tim. He comes in with 338 carries, over 1,500 yards rushing. And as we said, he's the bread and butter guy. Now it's first down for the Philadelphia Eagles. They have yet to throw the ball to Harold Carmichael, the big wide receiver, 6'8". He goes out wide to the right side this time. Don't be surprised at some point in the football game if the Eagles don't go to that flanker screen to Carmichael. Not this time.
Charlie Smith is out wide left. They're in the pro set, shifting to the I. Harris the lead back. Play action. Jaworski wants to go deep. He's got lots of time. Has to go to the short man. It's tipped away by Wally Chambers. Intended for Leroy Harris, the safety valve. And Harris and Mark Cotney rough each other up a little bit, but the officials get them separated, and there are no flags down. But it is an incomplete pass. Jaworski had all day, but there was good coverage deep.
You also wonder why Jaworski didn't elect to run the ball, Tim, because the secondary of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had more than done their job. Actually, the Eagles were lucky there wasn't an interception there. The ball was thrown exceptionally high, and had number 33 for Tampa Bay, Mark Cotney, gone for the ball instead of for Leroy Harris, I believe he would have had a touchdown.
Well, Chambers tipped that ball. That's what caused the high trajectory, Jim, as Chambers came in, and Jaworski standing on a naked there. Chambers just got a hand up on it. So it is 2nd down. Jaworski again has time. Now he's sacked. He throws it off, but it's an illegal receiver. He flipped it to the tackle Sizemore. Flags are everywhere. He was sacked by David Lewis. Jaworski appeared to have time as the play developed. Suddenly, from nowhere on the left side, David Lewis got in. Jaworski flipped the ball off to the nearest available Eagle, who was tackled Jerry Sizemore, and that's a no-no.
As Lindsey Nelson would say, the officials are having a conclave down on the 50-yard line. Here's referee Fred Silva.
Well, we saw what we thought also was a face mask signal. We are a long way up here in Tampa Stadium, so we're going to be careful about every call. The first signal was ineligible receiver. That was Sizemore, but there appeared to be 2 signals, and there's a march-off against the Buccaneers here. So now they're marching it the other way. He just went back to the line of scrimmage and has marked it off to the 50. We'll find out from Fred Silva what the call is.
Well, we're such a long way off, we can't hear Fred's microphone.
Well, there was a face mask penalty declined. They took the sack and the loss of down on the ineligible receiver. So it is third down. The ball is at the 50-yard line where Jaworski was dropped.
I don't want to say we're a long way up, but the blimp is below our broadcast booth.
Third down and 20, Philadelphia from the 50-yard line. Billy Campfield is in at running back. He's a receiver, and he gets out into the pattern. They swing it to Campfield. Perfect defensive play, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 50-yard line. The first man to hit him was David Lewis. He got away from Lewis, but Dewey Selman, number 58, made sure he got only 2 yards more, and the Eagles will have to punt. And that's the play that went for a big touchdown against Chicago last week. Tampa seemed very well prepared for it.
Tampa Bay fired up after the touchdown run of Ricky Bell. The Eagles' first possession stalled. Penalties hurt them. Max Reniger, the rookie from South Carolina, in there to punt. But I'll tell you, you have to be impressed with the way the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensively are sticking it to the Eagles right now.
That was actually a loss of a yard when they finally knocked him out of bounds. And so Reniger will stand at his own 35 to punt. The deep man is Danny Reitz. He had only one fair catch. He returned 70 punts. A low snap, fielded well by Reniger. He gets an excellent kick away. It lands inside the goal line by about a foot and bounces through the end zone. And so will be a touchback. 2:24 remaining here in the first quarter. There's a timeout on the field with the score. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 7, the Philadelphia Eagles nothing.
Lots of things add up to real value in a Buick, and good gas mileage is definitely one of them. Take it from me, Joe McConnell.
And from me, Walter Vaden.
Walter, I know you love your Buicks, but most people won't believe you have to pinch pennies at a gas pump.
Nowadays, Joe, nobody can afford to waste gas.
That's for sure, and the 1980 Buicks have quite a fuel economy story.
You bet, like the mid-size Buick Regal with the same estimated mileage as a Chevy Citation. That's right, 20 miles per gallon estimated EPA mileage on a V6 Regal, the same as a comparably equipped Citation. Remember to use this number for comparison. Your actual mileage may differ. And with Regal Coupes, automatic transmission, power steering, and power brakes are standard. Compare the new Regal at your Buick dealer.
Yes, more car for your money. Take Chicagoland's advice. Step up to Buick value without stepping up in price.
Jim Kelly and Tim Ryan back at Tampa Stadium. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers 7, the Philadelphia Eagles nothing. 2:24 left to go in quarter number 1. Coming up next over many of these same CBS Radio Network stations, Jack Buck and Hank Stram from San Diego as the Chargers play host to the Houston Oilers. And Tim, I've been very impressed with the aggressive defensive play of Tampa Bay. The Eagles know they're in a football game now. Gang tackling, despite the penalty called against the Buccaneers for unnecessary roughness. Leroy Harris has been popped pretty good. He knows he's in a football game, as did Billy Campfield when he caught that last play. The Bucs are fired up.
Tampa Bay was the best team defensively in the National Football League in 3 categories. And they have, I think, the best talent defensively in the entire NFL, and they showed it on that drive. Now on first down, Ricky Bell out the right side gets over the 20-yard line for a gain of about 3. Let's pause 5 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the CBS Radio Network.
Matters of opinion and critics at large. Informed commentary on News Radio 78 WBBM Chicago.
Charlie Johnson made the tackle on Ricky Bell. It is a gain of about 2.5, let's say. It'll be second down from the 22-yard line of the Buccaneers. Wide right comes Morris Owens. Wide left goes Isaac Higgins. Ricky Bell is the lead back with Jerry Eckwood, the tailback, in the eye. Owens in motion left. Williams wants to throw, and it's blocked by Claude Humphrey. Claude Humphrey got a hand up on it as he tried to get it to the release man, Eckwood. But there appeared to be some confusion on the play, and now Doug Williams is talking it over with Jerry Eckwood as though he didn't feel that Eckwood was in the right spot.
I'll tell you who was. Jimmy Giles, the tight end who had beaten Bobby Lee Howard down at the midfield stripe, and had Williams looked upfield, they had a touchdown because Giles had Howard completely turned around about the 40, had broken free at the 50, but as you say, some confusion there. Eckwood simply ran the wrong route, but Williams was a little lackadaisical there, Tim, in getting rid of the football.
Dennis Harrison and Ken Clark are in now on third down and 7. The passing situation, more of a pass rush for the Eagles. Williams back. He's got time. He's going deep for Higgins. Open. Higgins has it, but he's out of bounds. Isaac Higgins could not stay in bounds at the 44-yard line of the Eagles, wide open, but Williams a little wide with the pass, and Higgins could not catch it in bounds. Herman Edwards was the man on the coverage, but he was beaten by Higgins.
Very close call. One foot was definitely inbounds. Higgins tried to drag the other foot. The official ruled it out of bounds. Tampa Bay forced to punt. Wally Henry back at about his own 37. Eagles should get it back in pretty good field position. That was a big play for the Eagles because he was wide open.
Tom Blanchard's first punt of the afternoon. He's standing at the 7-yard line of Tampa Bay. Henry at the 35 of the Eagles. Long count. Bright sunshine here in Tampa Bay. Temperatures in the low 70s. A low driving kick by Blanchard taken on the fly by Henry over midfield. Henry to the 47-yard line of Tampa Bay. And he's pulled down by Danny Reese, number 46. 1:23 remaining first period. And now with the score, Tampa Bay 7, Philadelphia nothing. Let's take timeout.
This spot's for you, for being on the job and working hard all day. So here's to you, for all you do. The king of beers is coming through. For all you do, this spot's for you.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
Why not celebrate the season with a new Century Limited sedan from your Buick dealer's Buick Holiday Get-Together?
It's the Buick Holiday Get-Together.
Right now is a good time to work out a deal on a new Century Limited sedan, Buick's Little Limousine.
It's the Buick Holiday Get-Together.
So see your Buick dealer today and really celebrate this season.
It's the Buick Holiday Get-Together.
On the punt by Tom Blanchard, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a man downfield a little bit too quickly, but it was a poor punt, so the Eagles naturally will decline the penalty and take the ball in Buccaneers territory. The Eagles offensively, their best play has been the unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which gave them 15 yards and a first down after Leroy Harris was pounded out of bounds by the Bucs. So now the Eagles operate. So far, the battle in the trenches has been won by the Tampa Bay defense.
Greg Roberts was the man downfield too soon, picking up the penalty for Tampa Bay, declined by the Eagles. Tim Ryan with Jim Kelly, live on the CBS Radio Network from Tampa Bay Stadium. Beautiful sunshiny afternoon. We mentioned earlier, literally a sea of orange shirts. 72,000 plus on hand for this playoff game. First down, Eagles from the 48-yard line of Tampa Bay. They shift to the I formation with Harris the lead back and Montgomery the tailback. Slot formation left. Harris with a little motion, but they got the ball off without him being called. Montgomery trying wide right, did not get much at all. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage out the left side by Wally Chambers, the left defensive end. Harris started a little bit too soon, but he got himself stopped before the ball was snapped and thus prevented a motion call.
He saw the brothers Selman coming after him, and he wanted to get out of the way. He's been wrapped on 2 or 3 occasions by the Tampa Bay defense, and Leroy didn't want to get hit again. Under a minute left to go in the first quarter. It's been all Bucs in quarter number 1. Not what you expected from a first-time playoff team.
2nd and 10 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Harold Carmichael is wide left. Smith is wide right. Jaworski back to pass on 2nd down. Now being forced out, throws it off to Harris. He dropped the ball. Harris did not have a whole lot of running room. It looked like they were trying to set up the screen, but the Philadelphia blockers had been knocked on their backsides, and Harris would have had no help had he held onto the ball.
No, and I think there's the effectiveness of what we were talking about. The Buccaneers sticking it to Harris early. He definitely heard footsteps on that one. Jaworski, for the second time this afternoon, had all kinds of pass protection, lots of time to throw, but that screen simply took way too much time to develop, so now the Eagles are in a definite passing situation. Montgomery checks up, checks out, and Billy Campfield checks in.
Extra defensive back in for the Bucs. Curtis Jordan. Cecil Johnson, the linebacker, comes out. 3rd and 10 from the 48 of Tampa Bay. The Eagles with the ball. 1 running back, 3 wide receivers. Jaworski with time, and it is complete to the tight end, Keith Prefley, and he has a first down at the 36-yard line. Keith Prefley. On the coverage was Dewey Selman, number 58 for the Buccaneers. And a clutch play there, Jaworski to Keith Prefley, who had 41 catches on the season.
41 catches, 760 yards coming in, averaging about 18.5 yards every time Keith gets the ball. That one was for 12 yards and a first down. 3 touchdown grabs for Prefley. Big play for the Philadelphia Eagles, who play calling in the first quarter suspect at best. That's the end of the first quarter with a score. Tampa Bay 7 and Philadelphia nothing.
Hi, this is John Bunting of the Philadelphia Eagles.
And this is Renee Bunting.
You might say we're a United Way family, right, Renee?
Well, Kimberly is a Girl Scout. Brooks learned to swim in the tadpole class at the Y.
And you're taking that aerobics class.
And you're rehabilitating the knee that you injured.
All services and programs supported by the United Way. Renee and I are also volunteers.
As a family, we've been helped by United Way. But as United Way volunteers, we've seen the help that is being given to so many people in this area, both in the city and suburbs.
It's really incredible. So many different services helping so many different people, every race, nationality, from all walks of life.
And 91 cents of every dollar given to United Way goes directly to the services.
That's right, honey, but it's more than giving money. It's giving of yourself as a volunteer that makes United Way work.
United Way works here, and it works in your town, too.
Thanks to you, it works for all of us. The United Way.
The preceding message by the United Way has been brought to you by the National Football League. Set to start the second quarter now. The Eagles have a drive going. The big play, a 12-yard pass reception from Jaworski to his tight end, Keith Prefley. They've got it now just about inside the 36-yard line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay extremely tough against the run.
It'll be first down for the Eagles. They're playing from left to right now in their road white uniforms with green trim. Tampa Bay all in orange, along with 70,000 fans, 72,000 fans.
Total yards in the first quarter offensively, Tampa Bay 92, the Eagles 27, and that's indicative of the score.
Well, the Eagles hope to get it going here now. They have first down, and we're ready to go in the I formation. Leroy Harris, Wilbert Montgomery, the tailback. Carmichael wide left, Smith right. Jaworski wants to throw on play action. Sideliner is blocked, knocked away. It looks like number 71, Randy Crowder, got a hand on it. And twice now they've batted down Jaworski passes.
It was Randy Crowder, number 71 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All-pro tackle Stan Walters having his hands full over on the right side. That time Jaworski got pretty good protection, faked the inside handoff to Montgomery, but then Crowder, ex-Miami Dolphin, just got his hand up there and batted the ball away. As Jaworski was trying to go outside again to Keith Prefley, he was open, but he couldn't get the ball to him.
Slot formation left for the Eagles on 2nd and 10. Carmichael in the slot. Wide left is Charlie Smith. They shift to the pro set, Harris and Montgomery. Jaworski to throw, straight drop back. Looking up the middle, he throws to the running back, Montgomery, complete to the 30-yard line. And he is met right there after a gain of about 6 yards by Mark Cotney, number 33. And the linebacker, Cecil Johnson, number 56.
That's the checkoff pass, the safe percentage completion to Wilbert Montgomery. You hope that your back then can ramble for the first down. That's called taking what the defense will give you, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneer defense was right there. They don't give you very much. So now it's 3rd down and 4 to go for the Eagles.
Ball at the 30-yard line of Tampa Bay. Big play again for the Eagles. They converted on the last 3rd down play with a pass to Prefley. Slot formation right. Jaworski straight drop back under pressure. Swings it out incomplete. intended for Campfield. He had too much pressure from the linebacker, David Lewis, to make a good throw. And it is 4th down, and this pumped-up crowd responding to David Lewis's waving his arm following his good rush.
Well, they had the stunt on. Dewey Selman went inside. David Lewis went outside. They beat Stan Walters to the outside. Lewis putting lots of pressure on Jaworski, forced him to release the ball early. It was down around the shoe tops of Billy Campfield. And now the fellow in Philadelphia they call Super Toe. The rookie from Texas A&M, Tony Franklin, is in to try a long field goal.
The ball will be spotted at the 37-yard line, a 47-yard attempt for Tony Franklin, the barefooted kicker who must be enjoying the temperature here a little more anyway. Let's see what he can do. From 47 yards, they fake it. It is John Shara, and he has the first down. John Shara, the holder, ran off tackle right and got inside the 25 for an Eagle first down to the 23-yard line.
I believe there's a flag on the play.
We can't see it, but everybody's doing a lot of standing around down there. And they have brought the ball back to the line of scrimmage, so let's get the call from referee Fred Silva.
Delay. 4th down.
Delay of game, Tim Ryan. So now what do? You've tipped your hand. The Eagles have put in 3 special plays for this game. That was one. They've got a fake punt that Max Runniger will run. They also have got a kickoff play where Wally Henry will start down the right sideline, throw the pass backwards to Billy Campfield, and hope that there's no Buccaneer in the territory. Now I think you'll see Franklin booted for real.
A tough break for the Eagles after a good play. From the 42 now at the 52-yard try, and that is no good. He is short and to the left, and so the Eagles come up empty with a miscue. A delay of game penalty taking away a first down deep in Bucs territory. Instead, it is Tampa Bay ball. With 13:49 to go in the first half and the score, the Bucs 7, the Eagles nothing. Let's take time out.
If you drive a car, this message could save your life. Listen, you're on a highway or a back road. The snow's worse than you thought. You're stuck. It's cold and it could be hours before help comes. Be ready with the Thermos Emergency Blanket. It reflects body heat to keep you warm for hours, even in sub-freezing temperatures. Yet folded up, it's no bigger than a pack of cigarettes. The Thermos Emergency Blanket. At under $4, it's a small price to pay to save your life.
Look, no ticket, no shirt.
Come on, give me a break. I lost the ticket.
All right, you have a recent photo of yourself wearing the shirt?
No, but my name is right on the collar.
You think you're the only Francis G. Seiden spinner that comes in here?
Boy, financing my car was simpler than this.
Sure, raise your right hand.
Really? My GM dealer arranged convenient GMAC financing right in his showroom.
Repeat after me.
He gave me terms to fit my budget. He did it all.
I, Francis G. Seiden spinner.
This is so complicated.
I, Francis G. Seiden.
GMAC Financing. We uncomplicate things.
Jim Kelly and Tim Ryan back at Tampa Stadium. The Bucs lead at 7-0, 13:49 to go in the first half. A reminder, get set for the Cotton Bowl game by listening here on CBS Radio for the Cotton Bowl preview with Lindsey Nelson. A great way to start off the new year on many of these same CBS Radio network stations. Ricky Bell, 46 yards in the first quarter, and of course a 3-yard touchdown dive. Puts the Bucs up on top. Jaworski in the passing department, 3 out of 5 for just 12 yards. That was a first down pass completion to Keith Krepley. And then Williams, 2 out of 3 in the passing department for 34 yards. He's missed on a couple.
So the Bucs with first down from their own 35-yard line following the missed 52-yard try by Tony Franklin of the Eagles. Slot formation left. Doug Williams, the quarterback, in motion back toward the ball. Mucker, they come back to the short side, and it's Jerry Eckwood picking up 5, maybe 6 yards on the play, and he's finally knocked out of bounds at the 43-yard line of the Bucs by Randy Logan, the safety, number 41, and it's going to be a longer gain than we thought. Closer to 8 yards as Eckwood, scrambling up the sideline, got a couple of extra before he went out of bounds, and it is 2nd and 2. Johnny Davis comes in at running back. Eckwood comes out. Owens brings the play in, and Mucker is the wide receiver coming out.
Play didn't look like much, but Dave Rivas and Greg Horton did their job pulling on the left side, opening up the big hole, and a good run by Ricky Bell.
High formation for the Bucs on 2nd and 2. Davis the lead back to give us to Ricky Bell. He has a first down and then some. Bell breaks it over the 45 to the 40. Knocked out of bounds all the way down at the 31-yard line. Ricky Bell with a big hole and a burst of speed, but a flag is down.
It's going to be a holding against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It'll come back and negate a brilliant run by Ricky Bell, who ran right away from Herm Edwards down about the 40-yard line. Bell got a great block from Eckwood at the 45. And then turned it upfield, ran right away from Herm Edwards before the rookie, Jerry Robinson, number 56, came over and really stuck it to Bell out of bounds. Bell fumbled the ball, but it was out of bounds. Here's
number 50, holding.
The center, Steve Wilson, guilty of holding. And a tough break for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, just as we saw the Eagles make a good play, only to lose it on a delay of game penalty. Now the Bucs, with a big gainer, turn back with a holding call.
Tampa Bay, 3 penalties, 35 yards. Philadelphia, 2 penalties for 15 yards. 2nd and 12 for the Buccaneers. Passing situation for Doug Wilson.
Higgins is wide left. Owens is wide right. They're in the I formation, and now in motion back to the ball comes Mucker, not Owens, there on the right side. Williams complete to Larry Mucker. He has a first down. He's inside the 40 to the 33-yard line of Philadelphia. Larry Mucker started in motion back toward the ball, cut it upfield, and on a crossing pattern, he was wide open, and John Shara, the safety man, finally got him, but they're right down at the 33-yard line, just about where Bell went out of bounds in the previous play.
Mucker took the ball at about the 50-yard line. He's got 14 receptions on the season. Ran right away from Bobby Lee Howard. John Shira finally got him down around the ankles. And, Tim, that's the second time the Buccaneers have backed themselves up by a penalty. The second time that Doug Williams has come right back to the pass. The first time he did it to Jimmy Giles, the tight end, and picked up a first down. This time to Larry Mucker to pick up a 34 yards.
First down, Buccaneers in motion, Mucker right. They come back to the short side left with Ricky Bell. And Bell gets over the 30-yard line to about the 28. Dennis Harrison in at left defensive end made the tackle on him. A gain of close to 5 as the Buccaneers on the roll again. And you got to admire the way they bounced right back from the penalty following Bell's run. They come up with a big play immediately following and get the first down. They're playing with an awful lot of poise offensively, perhaps more than most observers would have expected from an offense that has struggled over the last 5 weeks of the season.
Well, they came right back after the other penalty, too, with the first down pass to Jimmy Giles.
Yes, they did. Eckwood is in at running back for Davis. They're in the I formation. The give is to Eckwood, and Eckwood met right at the line of scrimmage this time, running behind Roberts and Carlton. Frank Lemaster filling well. The linebackers just stacked them up after a gain of a yard and a half at most. It'll bring up third down and 4 to go for Tampa Bay. The Eagles send in some muscle along the front. Hairston comes back in along with Ken Clark, so they've got 4 down linemen now. On 3rd and 4.
That last carry by Eckwood, the first time in the football game the Eagles have been gang tackling.
Eckwood and Bell, the running backs. They'll make it Eckwood and Johnny Davis. Davis in for Bell. They give it to Eckwood. He's got a good hole. He'll be close to the first down on forward progress, but it would appear that he will be short. He was thrown back, and the man to pop him was Dennis Harrison, and at the bottom of that pile, the rookie linebacker, Jerry Robinson, number 56. So impressive last week against the Bears. Close enough for a measurement. The ball has been spotted at about the 23-yard line of Philadelphia. We have 11:09 to go here in the first half. Tim Ryan with Jim Kelly on the CBS Radio Network.
Charlie Johnson, the nose tackle, led the Eagles in tackles with 97. Carl Hairston, who stopped Eckwood there, was second with 95 initial tackles, solo tackles, if you will, 44 assisted tackles, and Hairston had 15 sacks on the Eagles. That was tops. And now 4th down and well about the length of the football. It appears that John McKay is going to go for it for the second time in this football game. And you've got a Ricky Bell who averages 4.5 yards every time he gets his hand on the football. Why not?
They bring in Jim Obranovich, double tight end with Giles. Williams has twice taken the sneak for first down in this situation, but I think your observation might be the correct one here. I think they may go to Bell. They're at the 23-yard line. They give us to Bell. He goes outside. He has it, and then some inside the 20-yard line. Ricky Bell with a first down at the 19 of Philadelphia. Good blocking by Darrell Carlton and Greg Roberts. John Shara, the safety, made the tackle.
Well, you get the feeling that the Philadelphia Eagles here, Tim, defensively had better do something and do it quick. The ball is now inside their 20-yard line. Tampa Bay has more than momentum going. They've got a 7-point lead. They have controlled this football game. They have outplayed. They have been outcoached. Or they are outcoaching right now. John McKay is. His counterpart, Dick Vermeil, and playing an excellent football game. The Eagles in the playoffs for the second straight year. This is the first time ever for Tampa Bay, and they have dominated this football game.
Bucker in motion behind the ball. Davis and Bell, the running backs, the pitch to Bell, coming back to the short side. Eagles are going to close this one off. Excellent defensive work by everybody on the right side. Reggie Wilkes, number 51, made the tackle, but Harrison, Herman Edwards, and Jerry Robinson were all over there giving him nowhere to go. Flag is down, however, in the Eagles' backfield. The Eagles' defensive secondary, there is a flag down, and it may be an infraction against the Bucs blocking downfield on that play illegally. It's being marched off against the Buccaneers, and it's a big one. All the way back to the 37-yard line, out at the Eagles' 37. And a little huddle by the officials. Will get the call momentarily from referee Fred Silva. So again, the Bucs driving come up with a penalty that slows them up. Let's see if they can recover from this one.
Offense, number 69. Personal foul, flipping.
That's Darrell Austin.
Darrell Austin must have been in for Greg Horton on that last play. He's the backup guard.
Okay, now each time the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been penalized, they've come right back with a pass play, and they've gotten most or all of the yardage back. This would be a good time for the Eagles to blitz. They don't do it a lot. They don't show it here.
They've got 3 wide receivers in, 1 running back. In motion goes Higgins to the right side. Williams drops back. Not much of a rush on. Up the middle, complete for a first down to Higgins to the 15, to the 11-yard line. Isaac Higgins was wide open. The Eagles in a pass defense situation with an extra secondary man in there, but Higgins, nobody around him.
If you're Dick Vermeil, you've got to be very concerned right now because your 3-4 defense is doing next to nothing. In fact, it's doing absolutely nothing. Excellent pass protection that time by the Buccaneers offensive line. Williams right on the money, gets the penalty back, and more. It's now second down and just a yard to go. So that's 3 times now, Tim, in the first half. The Buccaneers have been penalized 3 times. That the young quarterback, often criticized, just a 41% pass completion, has come right back. First to Jimmy Giles, then to Mucker, and this time to Higgins, and gotten all or most of the yardage back.
26-yard gain, and he has been super sharp. Doug Williams and Higgins making the catch. Now it's Eckwood trying to get outside. A flag is down. He was hit close to the first down yardage. They needed 2nd and 1, and he was stopped short of it by the linebacker, John Bunting. A flag down, again in the Eagles' defensive secondary area, which could well mean another infraction against Tampa Bay. Perhaps offensive holding down in there or an illegal block of some kind.
Dick Vermeil's over on the sideline indicating holding. I think it's a hoping move right now. The Eagles' best weapon so far has been the flag.
Right you are, Jim Kelly. Again, the Bucs are penalized, and they bring the ball out to the 21-yard line. Referee Fred Silva with a call.
Offense, number 89, holding.
Offense number 89. As far as we know, there isn't one.
Not on my flip card.
No. I would have to guess maybe he meant Obradovich, the tight end, who is just coming off the field now. And I see him explaining what happened to his assistant coach down there. So the guilty party was Jim Obradovich. So now it is 2nd and 11 from the 21-yard line. And they're going on the ground to Ricky Bell, trying to get wide, but Reggie Wilkes with a diving tackle pulls him down by the jersey for a loss on the play. There is an Eagle down and injured. Good defensive play by second-year man Reggie Wilkes out of Georgia Tech. The loss of about 2 will make it 3rd down and 13 From the 23-yard line of Philadelphia, Carl Hairston is the injured Eagle player.
They can ill afford to lose Carl Hairston, second on the Eagles in solo tackles, second on assisted tackles. There's a timeout on the field with a score. Tampa Bay 7 and Philadelphia nothing.
If you choose your tools as carefully as you use them, choose quality Master Mechanic tools from True Value hardware stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to tell you the Master Mechanic 10-piece drill bit set for just $4.97 is made from high-quality tool steel for drilling wood, metal, and other materials. Plus, it features bits sized from 1/16 to 1/4 inch, all in a handy storage case. True Value hardware stores also offer the Master Mechanic 22-piece socket set for just $29.47. It features the drive socket sizes often needed for many home and automotive needs. The set also features a reversible ratchet, spinner adapter, fitted case, and more. All Master Mechanic hand tools and accessories are backed by a customer satisfaction policy, assuring good performance or a free replacement. And you can get them only at participating True Value hardware stores. And save gas. You won't have to drive far for your hardware and houseware needs. If you're looking for value, service, and selection, you'll find them nearby at any one of the more than 5,000 True Value hardware stores and home centers nationwide.
Doug Williams in the first half, 3 out of 6 for a total of 94 yards. Make it 3 out of 7 now. Check it, 4 out of 7. 4 out of 7 for 94 yards for Doug Williams, who has been almost brilliant. This young man from Grambling came in here with something to prove, I think, Tim. He's 13th in the NFC in passing. His completion percentage is around 41%, but a typical game for him, says John McKay, he'll go 4 for 16, but he'll have 2 touchdowns.
That's right. He's been very supportive of those numbers, and I think that's as much a psychological ploy on McKay's part to keep the young man's confidence up, but he has told him, look, I know you can throw the bomb. I don't care about your numbers. You can make the big plays for us, and that's what we want here. Our defense will get the rest of it done, and that's been the reason why this team made the playoffs. But still, he had 10 interceptions in 2 games late in the season in back-to-back games against Chicago and San Francisco. You would have to think that his confidence would really need some bolstering, but gosh, he looks awfully poised out here in this first half today.
Eagles are giving him a lot of help because
yes,
the secondary looks very bad.
But he's been having that ball right on the money. And now, let's see if he can do it here. We're ready to go. Hairston off the field very slowly. It is 3rd and 13. Williams deep for the end zone. Touchdown! Jimmy Giles, the tight end. And Doug Williams again coming back from the adversity of the penalty now. Wait a minute, is he in the end zone? They're ruling no touchdown. They are ruling he was out of the end zone and not in full possession of the ball. Let's watch it on our television replay, and we'll give you a second view of it as we can describe it to you. We're watching it right now. Did he have possession?
Looked like it to me.
Boy, it sure did to me. They have ruled no touchdown, that he was not in full possession when he crossed through the end zone and out of the end zone. I have to say that does not look like a good call by the officials.
Well, I've said the entire first half that the Eagles' most effective weapon so far in the first half has been the penalty flag, which has consistently hampered Tampa Bay. They've come back each time, not that time, because it brings up 4th down.
Neil O'Donoghue will attempt the field goal from the 30-yard line, a 40-yard attempt. He's 11 for 19 on the regular season, and he has that one. So Neil O'Donoghue delivers as the Bucs continue to come back from the bad things that have happened to them in this game. They have just come right back with one big play or another. And this time it's a 40-yard field goal by Neil O'Donoghue. 8:06 remaining in the first half. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers 10, the Philadelphia Eagles nothing. Let's take time out.
This but's for you, for being on the job and working hard all day. This but's for you. You know that nothing less than best can make it all the way. This but's for you. Yes, here's to you.
There's no one else who does it quite the way you do.
This but's for you, because it isn't only what you say, it's what you do. This but's for you.
Yeah, just for you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This but's for you, for all you do. The king of beers is coming through. For all you do, this but's for you.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
8:06 to go in the first half. Tampa Bay in total control of this football game. They lead it 10-0. Listen here for the AFC and the NFC Championship game next Sunday, January the 6th. CBS Radio Sports complete live coverage on many of these same stations. What a tough break for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Doug Williams absolutely brilliant here this afternoon. An apparent touchdown pass to his tight end, Jimmy Giles, called back. A break for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they trail it 10-0.
O'Donoghue's kickoff taken by Wally Henry at the 3-yard line. Brings it up quickly to the 25. A flag down as he gets to the 28-yard line. Swarmed under there by 3 orange-shirted Buccaneers. The first of them, the linebacker, number 51, Dana Knapziger, reserve linebacker. And right there with him was number 53, Rick Bonus, another reserve linebacker. But a flag down, and would be an apparent penalty against the Philadelphia Eagles. A preliminary signal is holding on the kickoff return. So Wally Henry's fine return will be reduced somewhat.
62-yard kick, a 24-yard return, and this one will go against the Eagles. And it gives the Tampa Bay fans something to cheer about because the penalties have gone totally against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here in the first half, costing them one apparent touchdown. Here's the call by referee Fred Silva.
Holding. Refused. Personal foul. Flipping. 52. Accepted. First down.
Well, the holding call was refused, but the longer one was accepted.
Flipping against number 52, Ray Phillips, rookie linebacker.
And so it is first down Eagles from their own 10-yard line. High formation. The Bucs got them down here where they want them. This is John McKay's territory for his defensive team.
Tim, this is only the second time the Eagles have had the football.
The Eagles would they'll have to work awfully hard to get out of here. Leroy Selman wraps up Wilbert Montgomery right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. There was no block on Selman, and when you don't block him, you're inviting a hard hit from the outstanding young man from Oklahoma.
6'3", 250 pounds. This is Selman's little boy, Leroy, and he's still growing. You can hear the crowd. Tim and I are sitting next to each other. We can barely hear each other. These fans love their Buccaneers, especially the defense.
It is 2nd and 10. No gain on Wilbert Montgomery's try-off left tackle. Harrison Montgomery, the running backs. Now they shift to the I. Carmichael wide left, Charlie Smith wide right. Jaworski, drop play. Montgomery hit behind the line, loose ball. It is Tampa Bay ball. The Buccaneers. Randy Crowder comes up with a football as they just flew in there and wrapped Montgomery just as he received the football. It is first and goal from the 4-yard line of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, Montgomery, Tim, has had a history of holding onto the football over the course of the season. When the Eagles were losing 3 straight in the middle of the season, beginning with a blowout in Bengal land in Cincinnati, it was Montgomery who had 3 fumbles, and he just coughed up another one here, and this puts the Bucs in excellent field position about the 4.5-yard line of the Philadelphia Eagles, who are doing nothing right.
Chambers and Dewey Selman were both in to hit him, and I think in fairness to Montgomery, he was hit just as he got the ball. He was trying to get something out of it, and away it went with Randy Crowder grabbing it for Tampa Bay. But 2 pretty good hits by the Bucs there, and it's first and goal. Bell and Davis, the running backs. Ricky Bell trying to get wide right. Cuts it up inside and gets to about the 2-yard line before Herman Edwards, the cornerback, put the tackle on him. Good blocking again out the right side for the Buccaneers. Greg Roberts and Darrell Carlton leading away. It is 2nd and goal from the 2.
Got the glasses on the sideline where Carl Harrison, who led the Philadelphia Eagles with 17 sacks of the quarterback, is sitting. He has got what appears to be a basketball bandage on his right knee. It is packed in ice. It is completely swollen up. He's not expected back. Eagles will miss him, but right now they could have 22 guys out there chasing Ricky Bell. It wouldn't help.
Eckwood and Bell are running backs. Rolling out is Williams, and it's incomplete. Wanted to go to the tight end. Obranovich had a good rush on him. Number 87, Claude Humphrey, sliced in quickly, and Williams did not get a good throwaway. In fact, he was lucky it wasn't picked off. Matty Sistrunk is in there defensively for the Eagles. Of course, with Hairston out, Sistrunk will get some more work. And you'll see more of Dennis Harrison, who's all to win now in this goal line situation, number 68, along with Charlie Johnson, the starting nose tackle.
Tim, this could be the play of the football game right here. 3rd down and 2 yards to go. If Tampa Bay gets a touchdown, 17-0, I don't think the Eagles are capable of scoring 17 points against this Buccaneer defense.
Well, even Dick Vermeil says we're not a high-scoring team. Bell straight ahead, got close to the goal line, took a tremendous shot, and they have not signaled a touchdown. He was very close, but he was hit by Frank Lemaster, number 55. They're going to spot it at about the 6-inch line.
Also, Ken Clark, number 71, was in there for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's replacing Carl Harrison. Ken Clark, a second-year man from Syracuse, 6'2", 255. It is 4th down, the length of the football for a touchdown. And for the 3rd time, John McKay with his 3rd-year expansion Buccaneers going for it, gambling. And, of course, if they get the touchdown, Tim, I think this game is over.
4th and inches for a touchdown. Will Williams go? Will they give it to the big guy? They go to Bell. Touchdown, Ricky Bell. Off tackle right. Behind Carlton and Roberts, a big hole. And the Buccaneers are very much in command with 5:24 to go here in the first half. It is already 16-0. The fumble by Montgomery setting up this opportunity for Tampa Bay. A tremendous hit causing that fumble by Dewey Selman. And Wally Chambers. The recovery by Randy Crowder. O'Donoghue will attempt the point after. And it's good. And so with 5:24 remaining here in the first half, a pause in the action with the score. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 17, Philadelphia nothing.
Kelly and Tim Ryan, happy holiday wishes to you and your family listening across the country on CBS Radio and around the world through American Forces Radio.
You know, Jim, looking at the Tampa Bay record over the season, the schedule they played, lots of talk about having, such an easy schedule. They were 2-2 against teams 500 or better. But here they are against a quality football team, really doing a job in a playoff game. Henry takes the kickoff from the goal line and brings it straight upfield over the 20 to the 23-yard line for the Eagles, where they will start 1st and 10. Danny Reese on the tackle, and they're going to spot it right at the 25-yard line of Philadelphia. So the Eagles with not bad starting position here, but they are looking at a 17-0 deficit with 5:12 remaining here in the first period.
65-yard kickoff, a 24-yard return, 5:12 to go in the first half. Still time for Philadelphia to get on the board and get some kind of a drive going. They must open it up. Neither wide receiver, Charlie Smith nor Harold Carmichael, has caught a pass yet in the football game. In fact, neither has been thrown to.
Well, the Eagles just haven't had the ball. Tampa Bay has had the ball most of this first half. Harris and Montgomery are the running backs. Straight back on 1st down. Jaworski wants to throw to Montgomery, complete out of the backfield. A pickup of 6 yards. And Cecil Johnson, the outside linebacker, forced him out at the 30-yard line. They'll make it a 31-yard line, a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4.
Following the fumble by Wilbert Montgomery, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers went 4 yards in 4 plays, used up 1:35 on the clock. And it might be a justifiable touchdown, as Tim and I were talking between the break, because that touchdown pass from Doug Williams to Jimmy Giles called back because Giles was ruled to be juggling the ball. It did not appear that way to these announcers.
Sure did not. Slot formation left. Montgomery coming straight ahead on a cutback play. Got 2 yards before he was met by a horde of Buccaneers. Wally Chambers, Randy Crowder, the first man to trip him up, and then the linebackers, Johnson and Selman, Dewey Selman, jumping on him. It'll be 3rd down, about 1.5 yards.
Dick Vermeil, according to some on his staff, is a stubborn football coach. There are some that feel that Scott Fitzke should be starting at wide receiver instead of Charlie Smith. Stubborn Dick Vermeil continues to stay with the ground game, the short passing game, and he's trailing by 17 points.
John Spagnola comes in at tight end. They have double tight ends with Carmichael coming wide right. And a timeout has been called by the Philadelphia Eagles, as evidently they didn't like the look of that Bucs defense, and they're going to talk things over. 4:24 to go, first half. A timeout on the field. The score, the Buccaneers 17 and the Eagles nothing.
Will that be you stranded out in the cold? Did you remember to add heat to your gas tank to prevent gas line freeze-ups? Start quickly
with heat. Heat Gasline Antifreeze improves combustion and positively prevents gasline freeze-ups. Heat helps keep your engine in tune, extends gasoline mileage, and prevents formation of power-robbing carbon. Buy Heat Gasline Antifreeze today. Don't stall. Add heat and go. And Heat's exclusive new long neck container easily fits all tanks. Protects your hands from spills and chills in winter's cold. The shape is perfect, too, for those hard-to-reach gas tanks. No more skin knuckles, funnels, or flimsy pull-up spouts. Heat protects your car, and its new container protects your hands. Buy Heat Gasline Antifreeze today. Don't stall. Add heat and go. Heat. H-E-E-T.
We've got 4:24 left to go in the first half. Tampa Bay Buccaneers in their fourth year of existence, and they're in the playoffs. They are leading 17-0. They have their eyes set right now on the winner of the Los Angeles Rams-Dallas Cowboys game. That will be tomorrow here on CBS Radio with Jack Buck and Hank Stram. Tim and I will leave Tampa Bay immediately following this game. We'll be in Pittsburgh tomorrow, 12:25 Eastern Time, to bring you the Dolphins and the Steelers, while Jack Buck and Hank Stram have the Oilers and the Chargers from San Diego at the end of this game.
Harris and Montgomery, the running backs, on third and a yard and a half. They're in the eye. Double tight end. In motion goes Harris. Pitch out to Montgomery. He slips and falls and did not get the first down yardage. Montgomery tried to cut it back up off left tackle, lost his balance, and was dropped right at the line of scrimmage by Randy Crowder as he tried to get up. And so the Eagles will have to punt.
Simply put, Tim Ryan, the Eagles do not deserve the way they're playing to win this football game.
Well, there's a whole half to go, but certainly this has been all Tampa Bay. They have done the much better job in this first half with 3:52 on the clock.
It's the Eagles that have been tentative on offense, that have been beaten down in the trenches defensively, that have been making mistakes. Remember the delay of game call when they faked the field goal try. It was an apparent first down, and that was called back.
Max Runniger, an outstanding punt, hits it from his 25. Danny Reitz will return. Reitz gets to the 29-yard line before he is hit by John Spagnuolo, the rookie tight end from Yale. And the Bucs will start first down, and they get... Well, I thought the crowd was applauding them. Maybe there was a flag down that we haven't seen yet. The Bucs offensive team is coming on the field. And no flags are down, so it'll be first down for the Bucs at their own 30-yard line. 17-0, Tampa Bay in front. They have just been flawless here today. One drop pass on one catchable but difficult try for Larry Mucker early in the game, but every time they've had something go against them, they have bounced right back. Right now it's Ricky Bell, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage on the first down try. The linebacker, Jerry Robinson, on the tackle. He got a yard, maybe two.
You know, Tim, how true it is what you just said. Every time something's gone against them, they've bounced back. First, a holding call, and then Williams goes back, and he finds his tight end, Jimmy Giles, picks up the first down, and that results in a score. Another holding call. He finds Mucker, and they score again. And then a holding call again. He finds Higgins. No score, but it kept the drive alive. When it was halted, the Eagles got a break when the apparent touchdown was called back for juggling the ball, but then the Bucs capitalized on a fumble, and they took it in for another score.
Second down and 8. Ricky Bell trying the short side left, and again the Eagles close it off real well. The linebacker, Frank Lemaster, holding Bell to a gain of a yard, maybe two more. It'll bring up third down. They give him only a yard, and so it'll be third down and about 7 to go for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from the 32-yard line. Two good defensive plays by the Eagles. Out goes Johnson, Charlie Johnson, the noseman, number 65. Ken Clark is in, number 71.
With about 2:20 to go in the first half, how about this? Tampa Bay, 176 total yards. The Eagles, just 29.
On third down, let's see what the Buccaneers do here. Bell and Eckwood are the running backs. They're in the pro set. Make it Johnny Davis now in for Eckwood as McKay has used them interchangeably. A flag down as Ricky Bell got the first down yardage. Ricky Bell just picked his way behind the guard, came to the left side, got the first down yardage, but a flag is down, and it is against the Buccaneers. Apparently illegal procedure on the play.
Might be too much time, Tim. And if this goes against the Bucs, you're going to hear another chorus of boos.
Well, they have been able to, as we've been saying, just come right back from that kind of adversity. And again, it is against Tampa Bay. Here's the referee, Fred Silva. Well, we didn't pick it up, but it's an offside signal against the Bucs, and it was Jimmy Giles, the tight end, number 88. So we have 3rd down and 13. The ball at the 27-yard line of Tampa Bay.
You got to believe that John McKay will elect to keep it on the ground here, Tim. Even though Williams has looked so good in the first half, I don't think he's going to risk putting the ball up, risk an interception, and give the Eagles a chance to score because they've got him shut out. With the score, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 17, the Philadelphia Eagles nothing. Let's take a timeout.
15,000 miles between changes? STP is so good you could. 15,000 is a lot of miles. STP is a lot of motor oil.
15,000 is a lot of miles to run through tough winter cold and hot summer sun. But STP motor oil is so good you could, so good that it's good to know it's good enough to run 15,000 miles. STP motor oil is so good you could.
We change our oil by the book every 7,500 miles.
With STP motor oil, you could go twice as far.
STP motor oil is so good you could, so good that it's good to know it's good enough to run 15,000 miles.
You might not run at 15,000 miles, but
STP motor oil is so good you could.
15,000 miles or 1 year between oil changes, whichever comes first, under normal driving conditions with engines in good condition.
Tim had an interesting thought while we're away. I thought that McKay would elect to keep it on the ground and not risk the interception, but Tim says when you're down by 17, or when you're up by 17 points, why not go for the juggler?
Stomp them, right. And if they get the first down, fine. If they don't, they can kick the ball. Our defense has been holding Philadelphia anyway, and he is going to throw. Williams has got time up the middle, incomplete. Flag down. It was intended for Morris Owens, and there may be an interference call against the Eagles.
Yep.
It looked like Owens was a little slow to get into the open, and he may have been interfered with.
Might be pass interference.
That's it.
Yep. And that's about the first penalty I can remember in the first half that's gone in favor of the Bucs, except for the delay of game call, which was automatic against the Eagles.
LeMaster is the man guilty of interference.
So now with 1:55 to go and an automatic first down for Tampa Bay, you can expect Doug Williams perhaps to roll out, but certainly to air it out. And as Tim said before, try to put a few more points up on the board.
I just made a great call there, obviously. I knew they'd get the penalty.
That's right.
So it is first down at the 35. In motion comes Mucker, and Williams play action on first down. Lots of time. The ball is intercepted off the hands of Eckwood by Jerry Robinson. Robinson running hard, gets to the 40, the 35-yard line, the 30, down the sideline, finally pulled out at the 12-yard line of Tampa Bay. And that ball just a little high. Williams to Eckwood. Eckwood could not hold on. It rebounded into the hands of Jerry Robinson, and that brilliant rookie linebacker showed his speed as he carried it all the way to the 12-yard line of Tampa Bay.
Showed his speed and his poise. He cut it first to the right side, then broke it outside. Mucker was in pursuit, but then Jerry Robinson just broke it to the outside, fumbled the ball, but the play was ruled dead. So I didn't make such a bad call either.
No, he didn't. The Eagles now, with their first real big break of the afternoon, have a first down at the Tampa Bay 11-yard line. 1:37 remaining in the first half of play. Montgomery and Harris, the running back. Smith goes wide left. Carmichael on the wing right. Ron Jaworski, number 7, the quarterback. Long count. First down pass try deep for the corner, incomplete. Double coverage over there on Charlie Smith, and Jaworski, seeing it, threw it out of bounds. Second down. Washington and Cedric Brown on the coverage of Charlie Smith.
Well, you really have to wonder about the play selection here. Dick Vermeil's calling the plays. It's second down and 10. Jaworski, as Tim said, saw the double coverage and just pumped it out of bounds, not wishing to risk the interception. The bread and butter man for the Philadelphia Eagles inside the 20-yard line is 6'9", Harold Carmichael, who has yet to have a ball thrown in his direction the entire first half. Look for Carmichael here on the post pattern.
Second down. Harris and Montgomery in the pro set. Jaworski to throw. Short drop. He's got a man open. Touchdown. It is Charlie Smith slanting in from the right side, and the Eagles are on the scoreboard, and that changes the complexion of this football game with 30 minutes to go, and indeed another 1:28 still remaining here in the first half.
Certainly does. That time double coverage to Carmichael, had no chance. It was Charlie Smith on the post pattern, beat his man to the inside. That was number 45 on single coverage, Jarris White, the 6-year man from Hawaii. Touchdown grab for Charlie Smith, who is the fourth favorite receiver of Ronnie Jaworski, and that's only the second touchdown toss that Smith has pulled in. The point after by Tony Franklin is up and good. So the Eagles have pulled to within 10, 1:28 left to go in the first half. Tampa Bay 17 and Philadelphia 7. So what a big break for the Philadelphia Eagles, who had been shut out for almost 29 minutes here in the first half. The deflected pass, the interception by the rookie from UCLA, where Dick Vermeil used to coach. Boy, do you think that John McKay, standing over on the sideline, didn't have shades of a couple of years ago? He said, well, the UCLA guy did it to me again.
Well, here was a case that the Buccaneers did not make a bad play on the interception. After all, Williams has had some problems. He had 10 interceptions in back-to-back games, and when he's thrown interceptions, generally speaking, they have been bad ones. He's had 24 on the season. But here was a case of delivering the ball. The only flaw might have been a little bit too hard for Eckwood to handle. He doesn't feather the ball real well as yet, and Eckwood simply couldn't hold on. But really, if it's on a player's hands, he should hold it. The ball popped up, came right into Robinson's hands, and credit him for making a great return.
Down by 10. Do you onside kick?
Well, they didn't.
You do not.
Franklin's kickoff is short, taken by Isaac Higgins at about the 15-yard line, and coming straight ahead gets out to the 29. So the Buccaneers have not bad field position here with 1:23 on the clock, and they will have first down. And let's see what John McKay elects to do now. He calls the play, shuttling them in with Morris Owens and Isaac Higgins and Larry Mucker, the wide receivers. And let's see what he elects to do now. At 17-0, he was throwing, and I certainly agreed with that. At 17-7, and time winding down, he might change his mind.
I think you run out the clock and don't risk another turnover.
Williams, in the I formation, they have Bell and Eckwood. Wide receiver split left, and they're going straight ahead with Ricky Bell getting maybe 3 yards before he stopped at the 30-yard line and thrown back. Gang tackling Eagles on that play. Johnson, the nose man, and Dennis Harrison, number 68. It'll be 2nd and 7. Timeout called by the Eagles,
who wasted about 10 seconds in so doing. They had used up one before, so they've got one timeout left.
1:09 on the clock. Johnny Davis comes in for the Buccaneers, and he'll deliver the play this time. Tampa Bay having a 17-0 lead before the Eagles get on the board following the interception by Jerry Robinson. Jaworski to Charlie Smith from 11 yards out.
Ricky Bell, 19 carries, 57 yards so far in the first half, Tim, and 33 yards have been wiped out by penalties.
Here on the CBS Radio Network, you'll get all of the action of the Senior Bowl game. Jim Kelly will be there with Bill Wilkerson, and that comes from Mobile, Alabama, Saturday, January 12th. The North against the South. The North team coached by Bud Grant, and the South by Ray Perkins of the New York Giants. And always a lot of excitement in those Senior Bowl games. Some of the very best college seniors, many of whom will be making it into the National Football League next season. And you'll see it, or you'll hear it here on the radio network. Unless you've got great eyes, you won't see it, but you'll listen to Jim Kelly bring you the action.
7 rookies on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 13 on the Philadelphia Eagles, some of whom played in that Senior Bowl game last year.
2nd and 7 as play resumes here with 1:09 to go first half. The Bucs with the ball. At their own 30-yard line, they give it to Ricky Bell. He takes it wide right. He's got a good hole. Shakes the tackle. Keeps on going over the 40 to the 45-yard line and a first down. Ricky Bell is having some kind of an afternoon.
Well, that's his 20th carry. He was up around 57 yards, so a big pickup there of 16 yards. Put him up around 73 yards in the first half. Again, 33 have been called back on penalties, and now the Buccaneers start to threaten. They'll take a timeout, 54 seconds left to go, and they've got it up at their own 45-yard line. Eagles have one timeout remaining, and they find themselves on the short end by 10.
Safety man Randy Logan had to make the tackle. Dennis Harrison did a good job getting over there and on it, coming all the way from the right side. But when your safeties are making the tackles downfield, you know that they're starting to knock some people down at the line of scrimmage. And they have given Ricky Bell a lot of running room against this Philadelphia defense today.
In the first period and early in the second quarter, the safeties were not making the tackles. In fact, the Eagles were playing very sloppy on defense.
It is first down for the Buccaneers, 54 seconds on the clock. And so by running the ball out of their own zone, they have been able to get themselves into potential scoring position. And we'll see what the Buccaneers decide to do here. Ample time for the hurry-up offense if they decide to go that route. Eckwood and Bell are the running backs, and they come out and make it Eckwood and Johnny Davis.
Might not be a bad time, Tim, to throw the ball long.
First down at their own 45. They're in the pro set. Strong side left. In motion goes Mucker. And they come back to the strong side with Eckwood, and he is met by two Eagles inside the line of scrimmage. Reggie Wilkes and the safety man Logan coming up into the play, reading run and making a fine defensive play. Randy Logan, a loss of 5 back to the 40-yard line of Tampa Bay.
So it's second down and 15 now with the clock winding down. Inside 30 seconds to go. And still you might expect Doug Williams to go up top and go for the long touchdown bomb. Bucks are 5-3 here at home at Tampa Bay, while the Eagles come in with the best road record of any team in the NFL, 6-2.
Well, they're just letting the clock tick away, so they're just going to make one more play here, unless they get it out of bounds in a hurry, and they are in no hurry. Williams is going to just run it straight ahead. Jerry Eckwood got about 2 yards, and that's going to finish off the first half of play. And there's the gun, sounding the end of the first half with the score. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers 17, the Philadelphia Eagles 7.
This buzz for you, for being on the job and working hard all day. This buzz for you, for all you do. The king of beers is coming through. This buzz for you.
Yeah, just for you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
If you've been waiting for the right time to buy a new 1979 Buick, your time has definitely arrived. For a limited time only, Buick is making it possible for your Buick dealer to offer outstanding savings on America's most admired automobiles. Almost all of his 79 Electras, LeSabres, Centuries, and Regals. Stop in and look over the selection and the savings at your Buick dealers now. Hurry. Don't let the time or the Buicks run out.
Jim Kelly and Tim Ryan at Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers 17, the Eagles 7. Now let's pause 5 seconds for our stations to identify themselves on the CBS Radio Network.
We give you the business 28 times each weekday on News Radio 78, WBBM Chicago.
We're at halftime. Buccaneers 17, Eagles 7.
A ragtime carol, sung by the Forest Hills New York Friends of Music. The CBS Radio Network joins with community singing groups around the country to bring you greetings of the season from the Charleses, Osgood, Crawford, Collingwood, and Kiralt. From Neil Strasser, Richard C. Hotlett, Stephanie Shelton, Reed Collins, Doug Poling, and Rita Sass. And, of course, from George Herman, Rod McLeish, Nelson Benton, Ed Bradley, and Lee Thornton. From all of us at CBS Radio, a toast for the holidays and for the dawning of a new decade.
Rushing in the first half for Tampa Bay, Jerry Eckwood, 7 carries and 17 yards, almost double the entire rushing output of the entire Philadelphia Eagles, Leroy Harris and Wilbert Montgomery. Of course, the big guy is Ricky Bell, 23 carries, 77 yards, 3.3-yard average. His longest for 15 yards, 2 touchdowns, of course, and Bell had over 33 yards called back penalties in the first half. Doug Williams in the passing department, a typical Doug Williams game, 10 out of 4, 94 yards, certainly effective with some big first downs picked up. His longest for 34 yards. He had 1 intercepted, but that was not his fault. It was deflected, and that led to the only Eagles score. Once again, the second half, and our play-by-play announcer, Tim Ryan.
Thank you, Jim Kelly. Yes, I think he's been victimized. He's thrown the ball very well. He's had a couple of drops. And Williams...
and a juggle, or an alleged juggle.
Exactly. The stats are indeed deceiving in that category, 4 out of 10. So the Buccaneers will kick it off from our right. The Eagles to our left in white, and the deep man is Wally Henry standing on the goal line. Neil O'Donoghue will kick it off.
Don't forget, we have seen one of the 3 trick plays Dick Vermeil put in, the fake field goal try. They still have a fake punt, and they do have a fake kickoff return, where Wally Henry will take the ball, run down the right side if the Tampa Bay defense will show that, throw the ball all the way across the field to number 33, Louis Giamona.
All right, that would be an interesting thing at this
The way the Eagles have played, it would probably be intercepted and run in for a Buccaneers.
17-7 down. I doubt that we'll see that yet, but who knows. O'Donoghue kicks it off. It's a low line drive, bouncing, taken by Giamona at the 15-yard line. Louis Giamona gets out to the 30-yard line before he's stopped by 3 Buccaneers. The first man down, the number 55, Aaron Brown, reserve linebacker. And so pretty good field position for the Eagles to try and start their comeback. They are down by 10. They have first down at their own 30. And setting the Eagles offensively again for you with the quarterback, Ron Jaworski. The running backs, Leroy Harris, Wilbert Montgomery. The wide receivers, Harold Carmichael and Charles Smith. The tight end is Keith Trepley. The tackles are Stan Walters and Jerry Sizemore. The guards, Woody Peoples and Wade Key with the center guy, Morris. They shift Harris off the wing back into the pro set. Carmichael is wide right and Smith is wide left. Now they go to the I. Much shifting prior to the snap of the ball by the Eagles offensively all of the time. The give is to Wilbert Montgomery. Gets a good block and dances out to the 38-yard line. A pickup of about 9 yards on the play. Jarris White, the tackle, number 45, made the stop on him. And Jarris White, the cornerback, made the tackle on him. And a good run by Montgomery with a good block at the line of scrimmage.
Tim just doubled their entire rushing output of the first half. Good block thrown by Leroy Harris, Stan Walters, opening up the hole on the right side.
2nd and 1 for the Eagles at their own 39-yard line. Harris the lead back in the I. The give is to Harris, the first man. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage and close to the first down yardage. 3 Bucks were there. Jarris White, the linebacker, David Lewis, 57, made first contact. And Dewey Selman, number 58, also got in on it. But it looks like he got the first down yardage with a good lunging second effort. Leroy Harris, number 20, getting an Eagles first down at their own 40-yard line.
And I mentioned in the first half that Dick Vermeil was a stubborn football coach. He's not varied from his game plan at all. He came in thinking he could run against this Tampa Bay Buccaneer defense. He continues to think that. So far he has in the second half, but the scoreboard not indicative as the Eagles managed almost 40 yards total offense in the first half.
The opening series of the second half. Jaworski swings it out to Carmichael. He breaks the tackle. Carmichael over the 50. Carmichael down the sideline to the 30, to the 25, to the 20-yard line. Flag down as he's pulled down by Cecil Johnson inside the 20-yard line of Tampa Bay. And the big man makes a big play. A little swing out into the flat to Carmichael. Looked like they wanted screen blocking for him. But when he had the opening, he just darted down the sideline, breaking the tackle of David Lewis. Now let's see who it's against. They're bringing it back upfield. Not all the way, mind you, so the infraction against the Eagles apparently occurred after the catch was made by Carmichael. Clipping is the signal.
And as Tim said, it was after the play. A great run by Carmichael. Got a big block thrown by number 76, Jerry Sizemore, at about the 40-yard line of Tampa Bay before Carmichael was finally caught down from behind, had some trouble hanging onto the football, and the clip call against the Eagles. But now Philadelphia has something going.
It is first down at the 36-yard line of Tampa Bay. Montgomery and Harris, the running backs, in the pro set to give to Montgomery, coming behind Harris in a good defensive play, slicing up with the safety man, Mark Cotney, number 33, and then Dewey Selman finished him off right at the line of scrimmage. Well, they're going to give him about a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9, and the Bucs came up big defensively on first down.
Dewey Selman, the brother of Leroy Selman, of course, Oklahoma great. Defensively, the Bucs have been very tough the entire game against the rush. That was the first catch, the previous play, by the way, for Harold Carmichael, the leading receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles.
2nd and 9. Harris and Montgomery in the pro set, Carmichael in the slot left. Jaworski gives to Montgomery. He's got a big hole, and Montgomery gets close to first down yardage, running off left tackle behind Walters and Key, and he got to the 25-yard line, and it looks like he'll have first down yardage. Jarris Wyatt and David Lewis made the tackle on him.
Dewey Selman had a shot in the backfield before David Lewis, the third-year man from Southern California, came over and made the tackle.
It is first down. And so the Eagles, running well now here on this opening second half drive, have it at the 25-yard line, just outside the 25 of Tampa Bay. 12:11 to go, third quarter. Wide right is Smith, wide left is Carmichael. The Eagles on the move. They're down 17-7. Jaworski with a long count wants to throw. He's got a man open. Smith incomplete. The cornerback, Jarris White, getting over there to get a hand in and getting some help from the safety man, Cedric Brown, breaking up the pass intended for Charlie Smith at the 10-yard line of the Bucs.
Bring footsteps, that was the case right there. Pop very good, as the Bucs have been doing in the secondary the whole game. In fact, Tampa Bay set the tempo, I think, defensively, Tim, on the Eagles' very first possession when they were gang tackling and really sticking it to Leroy Harris. And Harris, as the game developed, heard some footsteps of his own and dropped an easy screen pass.
An extra defensive back is in, Jarris White, with Johnson coming out on 2nd and 10. Slot left for the Eagles. Jaworski being forced out of the pocket, intended for Montgomery, incomplete. Superior coverage by the Buccaneers and a good rush, forcing Jaworski to throw sooner than he wanted, intended for the back Montgomery.
And a very poorly conceived play. They had Scott Fitzke and Harold Carmichael lined up at the top side of the field, and they ran a double slot formation wide to the left. Carmichael went down, double covered. Fitzke was covered. Jaworski was looking to the right side the entire time. That play simply took too long to develop. Good pass rush that time by Tampa Bay. It brings up 3rd down and 10 now. And this is a big play call for the Philadelphia Eagles because they obviously would like to get in for the touchdown and not have the long field goal try for Tony Franklin.
3 wide receivers are in. Gerald McRae, number 82, into the slot right. 1 running back is Leroy Harris as Montgomery has gone out. 3rd and 10.
Single coverage on Carmichael.
Jaworski for Carmichael, incomplete. Jaworski zipped it in there. Carmichael took a hit just as the ball arrived and could not hold on. Mark Washington and Cedric Brown on the coverage, and it was Cedric Brown who did the main job, putting the hit on Carmichael just as the ball arrived.
And again, that's the way the Buccaneers have been playing defense the whole game, intimidating the Philadelphia Eagles receivers and ball carriers.
John Shara will hold for Tony Franklin. The ball being spotted at the 32-yard line, 4th down. Field goal try. Franklin. It's up, and it is good from Tony Franklin. So the Eagles get 3. And with 11:44 remaining here in the third quarter, and the score, the Bucs 17 and the Eagles 10. Let's take time out.
It's the season for making merry, and there's no better place for that than at your Buick dealer's Buick Holiday Get-Together.
It's the Buick Holiday Get-Together.
Especially if you've had thoughts of owning a luxurious new Buick Riviera with standard front-wheel drive.
It's the Buick Holiday Get-Together.
See your Buick dealer about a deal on one today.
It's the Buick Holiday Get-Together.
One 15-cent stamp, please.
You want a roll of 10,000, a book of 20, or a strip of 4?
Just one.
Pre-glued or clip-on?
What?
This letter going by air, boat, or choo-choo?
Financing my car was simpler than this.
We'll deliver it Saturday.
My GM dealer arranged convenient GMAC financing right in his showroom.
Or Wednesday.
He even arranged terms to fit my budget.
Or Friday.
So if GMAC can uncomplicate things, well, why can't you?
Okay, it'll be delivered a week from Tuesday.
Okay.
Unless, of course, it's going out of town.
What?
Then it's out of my hands.
GMAC financing. We uncomplicate things.
Tampa Bay took the opening kickoff in the football game, went 80 yards in 18 plays, capped off by a Ricky Bell 3-yard run for a touchdown. The Eagles took the opening kickoff in the second half, and they get a 44-yard field goal from Tony Franklin to pull to within 7. It's 17-10, Tampa Bay.
Isaac Higgins is the deep man standing at the 2-yard line of Tampa Bay. Barefooted Tony Franklin will kick it off. 17-10, starting to cloud up a little bit here in Tampa Bay, but still a lovely afternoon. The kickoff taken right at the goal line by Isaac Higgins, out to the 10, the 15, the 20, and tripped up at the 21-yard line, rolling forward. They're going to mark it at about the 22. It was Louis Jamona, number 33 of the Eagles, with the tackle. So it'll be first down Tampa Bay from their own 22-yard line, their first possession here in the second half. Offensively for the Buccaneers, Dave Revisa and Darrell Carlton are the tackles, Greg Roberts, Greg Horton the guard, Steve Wilson the center. Isaac Higgins, Morris Owens are the wide receivers, Ricky Bell and Johnny Davis. The running back, the tight end is Jimmy Giles. Doug Williams, who had an outstanding first half at quarterback, is number 12. Wide left comes Mucker. Mucker and Higgins starting here in this first offensive series of wide receivers. And the give is to Ricky Bell. Going wide right off tackle, gets over the 25 to the 26-yard line. A pickup of about 4 yards on the play. John Bunting, the outside linebacker, number 95, made the tackle with help from Frank Lemaster.
Didn't look like much for Ricky Bell, but he still managed, as Tim called it, to pick up over 4 yards. He averages 4.5 every time he gets the ball. 23 carries, 77 yards in the first half, and 2 touchdowns.
Jim Obradovich in. Higgins comes out. They go with 2 tight ends often in these passing and running situations on second down, not just when it's third and short, as is the pattern with most teams in the NFL. Johnny Davis in at running back with Ricky Bell. A give us to Bell, going right back to the right side. Shake the tackle, trying to get the first down yardage, cannot do it. Frank Lemaster, number 55, Jerry Robinson, number 56, combined to stop him. And he is well short of the first down, but did pick up about 3. So we'll call it third and about 2.5 for the Bucs at their own 29-yard line.
Same play as before. Bell sweeping to the right side. It was Charlie Johnson, the nose tackle, with 97 solo tackles, leading the Eagles, that had a shot back at about the 22-yard line to throw Bell for what would have been a big loss and bring up third in an obvious passing situation. But now on 3rd and 3, you've got to go to your bread and butter runner, Ricky Bell again. The Bucs are 7 out of 12 on third down conversions.
Or do you throw the ball here? Well, McKay changes philosophy now, 17-10, and become more cautious. Interesting to find out. Williams rolling out, will keep it. Williams has the first down yardage. The quarterback, Doug Williams, rolling out to the right side, got the first down yardage. He was stopped by the safety man, Randy Logan, but after a pickup of 4.
And you wonder where the Philadelphia defense was. They completely were fooled and fell asleep on that play, Tim. Only one defender for the Philadelphia Eagles, number 71, Ken Clark, a second-year man from Syracuse, in pursuit. There were no linebackers. Bunting got blocked out of the play. The safety man didn't come up.
Owens brings the play in. Mucker and Higgins both come out. Johnny Davis in at running back. They've got the 2 tight ends in again. They come out in the I formation with Owens coming wide left. First down Tampa Bay from their own 33-yard line. They give it to Ricky Bell straight ahead, and Bell just picks up about 3 yards, maybe 4, on sheer effort. Not much of a hole in the middle there, but showing his power. Dennis Harrison on the tackle, and getting up from the bottom of the stack, Reggie Wilkes, number 51, and Charlie Johnson, the nose man, 65. 2nd and 6 yards to go. Ricky Bell, a lot like Walter Payton. It doesn't look like he's got much until they mark the ball, and you find out that he's got almost 4 on a play that looks like maybe it's a yard.
Walter likes to run around people. Bell doesn't mind running them over.
That's right. He uses that good size of his, 6'2", 220. I formation again. This time they give to the lead back. That is Johnny Davis, and Davis got a yard or 2 to the 40-yard line. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 3 again. Reggie Wilkes, the outside linebacker, on the tackle for the Eagles. Into the ball game comes George Jarno for the offensive line.
Greg Horton has limped out. 6'4", 250, a 4-year man from Colorado.
Well, that should be Darrell Austin, 69, not 68, replacing him. We'll try and pick up on that. No, it is Yarno, 68. It is 3rd and 3. Austin is also in the game on the offensive line for the Bucs, and rolling out to the left is Williams on 3rd down. He's got a man open, incomplete. Intended for Isaac Higgins, He had the ball, was hit immediately, and did not have it long enough for a completion, but he was open, and it was Jerry Robinson and the cornerback Herman Edwards there on the coverage.
4 out of 11 now in the passing department for Doug Williams, but you certainly can't fault him there. Actually, the Bucs might have gotten a break because it looked like he might have had possession. Herm Edwards stripped him of the ball. Otherwise, the Eagles would have gotten their second break of the football game and had the ball in pretty good field position.
He was open, that's the main thing, and Williams delivered the ball again.
They've been open, Bucs receivers been wide open the whole game.
It is 4th down, and Blanchard standing at his own 25-yard line, hits it now from the 30, gets a good kick away, driving Henry back to the 13-yard line of the Eagles. Henry brings it upfield, hit hard at the 22 by Danny Reese, and the ball coming down with Henry in possession at the 25-yard line of the Eagles, where George Yarno finishes them off. 8:22 remaining third period. There's a timeout on the field with the Bucs 17 and the Eagles 10.
This is John Doremus for Liberty Savings. It pays to know Liberty Savings and pays and pays and pays, especially now when money is more important than ever. Liberty Savings' reputation for strength and stability has been well known for 81 years. Continuing to grow toward 5 offices, Liberty Savings pays the highest interest rates permitted by law. Offices at 2392 and 6210 North Milwaukee Avenue, 7111 West Foster, and 6677 North Lincolnwood. Extend a 1980 welcome to Liberty Savings number 5 at Rand and Dundee Roads in the Palatine area.
Liberty Savings, Liberty Savings, built on the principles that made America strong.
And now Liberty Savings is at Dundee, at Rand, Palatine, where it pays and pays and pays to save.
Jim Kelly and Tim Ryan back at Tampa Bay. The Bucs clinging now to a 7-point lead, 17-10. Bucs have been held scoreless so far in the third quarter. The Eagles have a 42-yard field goal from Tony Franklin. The official word from the sideline, not 44. You'll hear all the postseason NFL playoff games here on CBS Radio, highlighted by Super Bowl 14 and the Pro Bowl.
First down, Eagles from their own 26-yard line. They give it to Wilbert Montgomery, trying to get wide left. 3 Bucs converge on him. He breaks one tackle, but is pulled down after a pickup of about 3 yards. Richard Wood, number 54, and Mike Washington, the cornerback, number 40, making the tackle on Wilbert Montgomery. It'll be 2nd and 7 yards to go for the Eagles, and what could be a key drive here, even though there is lots of time left. They're down only by 7. I think if they can keep a drive going, that maybe they're going to take something out of that Tampa Bay defense. On the other hand, the reverse could be true. If the Bucs continue to stuff them as they had done up until the opening drive of the second half, it can only continue to build their already high confidence. Harris and Montgomery are the running backs in the eye. Play action. Jaworski, sideliner, Carmichael, incomplete. The pass was a little high, and Montgomery, conscious of the sideline, leaped up trying to stay in bounds and make the catch, and it was impossible. It was just not a good enough throw. Jarvis White on the coverage.
Well, the big guy, 6'9", Harold Carmichael, the favorite receiver of Ron Jaworski. And Tim, I go back to what we've been saying the whole game. I continue to be impressed with the tenacity with which the Tampa Bay defense has been playing the whole game. Very physical, and I think the Philadelphia receivers have felt it. And I think it's affected the passing game of Jaworski. I think all the receivers in Philadelphia are hearing footsteps a little bit.
Jarvis White has come in as an extra defensive back on 3rd down and 7. From the 29-yard line of the Eagles, Jaworski up the middle, incomplete. In and out of the hands of Keith Krepke. Again, the ball a little high. Some pressure on Jaworski from Bill Kohler, number 77, who came in as a pass rusher. And so the Bucs have held, and that brings their crowd alive. And you've got to say that, while there's a long way to go, that's got to hurt the Eagles not doing better on that drive.
Well, I think you can see that Jaworski is feeling the pass rush put on by the Bucs. That time, as you said, Bill Collar from Montana State with the big rush, and Jaworski had to get rid of it quickly, and Krepke just off the fingertips.
Max Runiger hits it from the 20-yard line. Danny Reese, it's a short punt. It takes a Tampa pop is down by the Eagles out at the 44-yard line. Louis Jamona alertly grabbing that ball as it bounced back upfield against the Eagles. And so the Bucs have excellent field position. They'll be starting first down from their own 44-yard line. 7:18 to go here in the third period with a timeout on the field. And the score, the Bucs 17 and the Eagles 10.
If you choose your tools as carefully as you use them, choose quality Master Mechanic tools from True Value Hardware stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to tell you the Master Mechanic 5-piece combination wrench set for just $9.87 is made of quality drop-forged chrome-plated steel to give you years of dependable service. The wrenches are sized from 3/8 to 5/8 inches and come in a handy pouch. True Value Hardware stores also offer the Master Mechanic 2-drawer tool chest for just $22.97. It features rugged enameled steel construction and a full-length hinge to secure your tools, plus a removable tote tray to help you better organize them. All Master Mechanic hand tools and accessories are backed by a customer satisfaction policy, assuring good performance or a free replacement. And you can get them only at participating True Value Hardware stores. Save gas. You won't have to drive far for your hardware and houseware needs. If you're looking for value, service, and selection, you'll find them nearby at any one of the more than 5,000 True Value Hardware stores and home centers nationwide.
Tampa Bay extremely eager. They had a play called even before the timeout. They've got excellent field position at their own 43-yard line, and they've got 7:18 to work with in the third quarter, and more importantly, they've got a 7-point lead.
Tim Ryan with Jim Kelly on the CBS Radio Network. Tomorrow we'll be in Pittsburgh to bring you the Pittsburgh-Miami game. You'll hear it here 12:30 Eastern Time on the CBS Radio Network. Ricky Bell and Johnny Davis are the running back. On first down is Doug Williams, having a fine afternoon, brings out the Bucs. Now he swings it out to Isaac Higgins, a one-on-one with Herman Edwards, and a gain of about 7. A quick flanker flare pass. He's out there by himself with Edwards playing enough off him for Higgins to pick up about 7, maybe 8 yards. And it is an 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Nice play, Jim.
Herm Edwards came up with a big interception last week against Mike Phipps with the Bears driving as the Eagles hung on to defeat the Chicago Bears in the battle of the wild card to get to this game against the NFC winners, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, first-time playoff contenders. One-on-one Herm Edwards there, and he made the tackle. Otherwise, the Bucs might have gone for big yardage.
Jerry Eckwood in for Johnny Davis. Those backs run up a lot of mileage just on and off the field as John McKay substitutes freely. This is Ricky Bell. Bell has the first down. He's forced out of bounds at the 42 of the Eagles. And the officials over there peeling off a pair of Eagles, and the Bucs saying, hey, he was hit out of bounds. But it was just good pursuit by Robinson and Herman Edwards. And really no penalty should have been forthcoming.
I'll tell you what, Greg Roberts, number 61, the left guard, put some kind of block on Reggie Wilkes. Roberts, 6'3", 255, a rookie from Oklahoma. Hey, John McKay likes these guys from Oklahoma, doesn't he? USC and Oklahoma, that's half the roster.
Number 1 picks, and Leroy Selman and Greg Roberts out of that school, and they are just some fine young football players. First down for the Bucs. They're at the 42 of Philadelphia. One running back, and it's Ricky Bell. Bell spins away from one man, but he's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Frank Lemaster. Dennis Harrison made the good play on him, and a flag down again in the defensive secondary of the Eagles, so we may have another holding call by against the Buccaneers. And limping out came Greg Horton to the Bucs sideline and is going to the bench where he's going to get some attention there. Horton, the 4-year man from Colorado, came over in a trade last year from the Rams, has helped to improve this young Bucs offensive line. So it'll be Darrell Austin going in, the 5th-year man from South Carolina.
Claude Humphrey talking it over now with Fred Silva, the referee, whether or not to accept this penalty. But if it is a holding call, I can't imagine that they'd refuse it.
They take it. It comes back out to the 48-yard line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's the call.
Offense, number 86, holding. First down.
Jim Obradovich.
Obradovich guilty of the holding, and it's 1st and 20 from the 48 of the Buccaneers. We have 6:24 to go here in the third period. Bright sunny skies in Tampa Bay. Temperatures in the 70s. Eckwood And Johnny Davis are the running backs as Ricky Bell gets a rare rest. Williams straight back now, rolling out to the right side, up the middle. It's complete to Morris Owens. First down to the 32-yard line of Philadelphia with Reggie Wilkes, the outside linebacker, number 51, making the tackle. And again, these Buccaneers come right back from a penalty. This is what they've been doing consistently this afternoon.
That's the fourth time the precision pinpoint passing of Doug Williams has brought the Buccaneers back from a major penalty. Morris Owens, the fleet wide receiver from Arizona, a 5-year man, picks up the first down right after the holding call. The Buccaneers are on the move.
Ricky Bell is back in. Eckwood is out. Obradovich, the tight end, comes out. They go with 2 wide receivers. And the give is to the lead back out of the eye, Eckwood. He got about a yard, and a flag is down. Make it Johnny Davis, number 38, who just came in for Eckwood. Got about a yard, a flag down. Once more. And again, it's against Tampa Bay. You know, they're not playing this game 1st and 10. They're playing 1st and 20 and getting first downs, the Buccaneers.
The problem for the Eagles is at 1st and 20, their secondary has been ineffective, and Doug Williams has been able to find the wide receivers, and he's been using them all, Tim. Here's the call.
Another holding call.
Holding, number 86. First down.
And again, it's Obradovich.
5-year man from Southern California who played for John McKay.
They must be keeping a close eye on him.
McKay's going to take his diploma away if he keeps this up.
Well, the Buccaneers have got him exactly where they want him, 1st and 20, right? I mean, this is where they've been getting the job done today.
All right, now the Eagles haven't blitzed much this afternoon. This would be a good time to come with the blitz. Put some pressure on Doug Williams.
3 wide receivers in. Bell, the lone running back. He rolls right. He's got Bell, and he's going to run it. Williams gets a block from Bell. He slips cutting back in and is pulled down at the 37-yard line, or he might have had more yardage, and Ricky Bell threw a good block for him, but Jerry Robinson caught the quarterback, who just rolled out of there on an option and kept the ball, but picked up only 5, maybe 6. It'll be 2nd and 14 from the 35-yard line of the Eagles.
Okay, now that's a design play. He was not forced out of the pocket and elected to bootleg with it. That was a design play call. Williams, the 4th leading rusher for the Buccaneers, 35 carries on the year, 119 yards. He averages almost 4 yards. His longest gain has been for 16, and he has scored 2 touchdowns.
Slot formation left with Owens in the slot. The tight end Giles split wide right. 1 running back. It's Bell. They give it to him off right tackle, right behind Darryl Carlton. He got maybe 3 yards. And it'll bring up 3rd down and still 10 or 11 to go, depending on how they mark it. Charlie Johnson and Jerry Robinson. Robinson again having another outstanding afternoon, as he did last week against the Bears. So it'll be 3rd and about 11 and a half. And the Eagles send in some extra defensive backs.
Richard Blackmore, the rookie from Mississippi State, number 27, is in there. Big play time, Tim, I think, for the Eagles defense. If they don't shut them down here, I think the Bucs will drive down for a score, and this game will be just about over.
Hagan's wide left. Eckwood and Bell are the running backs in a wide pro set. And they get 1 back out into the pattern. Williams back to pass up the middle. Incomplete. First real bad pass of the afternoon for Williams. He threw it behind Isaac Hagan. On the coverage was Blackmore. And Jerry Robinson, the linebacker, dropping back. And that's really the first pass of the day that he's been badly off the mark. Hagan's had no opportunity to make the catch. So the Buccaneers will have to punt. Tom Blanchard comes in. He'll be standing at about midfield.
6 out of 14 now for Doug Williams, but 122 yards, effective when he had to be, except for that play. Thrown behind the intended receiver. A break for the Eagles defensively because the receiver was open.
Wally Henry standing at the 10-yard line. He's expecting this punt to go into the end zone.
He's hoping it does.
Blanchard standing at the 49 of the Eagles, and he'll hit it from about the 45. Angling. Could be a great punt. Did it go out? No, it's in the end zone. Just missed, and the official standing down there by the pylon right at the goal line. The Bucs thought maybe that ball angled out at about the 1-foot line, but the official right on the mark says no. It came into the end zone and then went out, and so it is a touchback. 3:51 remaining here in the third period. Now at the score, the Bucs 17, the Eagles 10. Let's take time out.
I don't care what you say. I'm not running any motor oil 15,000 miles without changing.
Suit yourself, but STP motor oil is so good you could.
15,000 is a lot of miles to run through tough winter cold and hot summer sun. But STP motor oil is so good you could, so good that it's good to know it's good enough to run 15,000 miles. STP motor oil is so good you could.
When do I change my oil? Every 4,000 miles. With STP motor oil, you could run 15,000.
STP motor oil is so good you could, so good that it's good to know it's good enough to run 15,000 miles.
You might not run at 15,000 miles, but
STP motor oil is so good you could.
15,000 miles or 1 year between oil changes, whichever comes first, under normal driving conditions with engines in good condition.
Season's greetings and best wishes for a Happy New Year from all of us here at CBS Radio Sports. Jim Kelly and Tim Ryan back at Tampa Bay. Roman Gabriel and Jack Buck are out in San Diego. The Chargers play host to the Oilers in the AFC following our game here this afternoon. Tim Ryan and I will be jetting off to Pittsburgh, and I understand we have an invitation from the commissioner to join Mr. Rozelle and his lovely wife Carrie on their jet to fly us into Pittsburgh tonight.
I didn't know that Pete was a pilot, but we'll certainly enjoy going along. Pitch out to Leroy Harris. Harris swings it wide left, made the turn and picked up about 5 yards before he was forced out by Mike Washington and Richard Wood. And so the Buccaneers give up 5 to Leroy Harris. First time the Eagles have tried to get him outside. And it's going to be more than 5. Where they mark it, it's going to be a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3. So the Eagles, starting from the touchback, get off well with a 7-yard gain. Montgomery and Harris continue at the running back positions. Wide left goes Charlie Smith. Carmichael lines up as the tight end on the right side. And they give it to Montgomery coming up the middle. Wilbert Montgomery picks up about 4, and he has the first down over the 30-yard line to the 31. Bill Kohler and Cedric Brown on the tackle for the Buccaneers. 3:30 remaining here in the third quarter.
That's the 11th carry, Tim, for Wilbert Montgomery, 31 yards. Ricky Bell has had double that called back in penalties.
Yes, he has. And Bell, an outstanding first half of play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Harris and Montgomery. Harris, number 20, Montgomery, number 31. And Jaworski wants to throw. Straight back out of the backfield. Montgomery's got some running room to the 50, to the 45, to the 40. And he's knocked forward to about the 36-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 38 of Tampa Bay. And so Montgomery quickly out of the backfield. A quick pop pass by Jaworski. And Montgomery doing the rest. The 31-yard gain.
The explosiveness of a Wilbert Montgomery. He got him one-on-one with a linebacker. That's what you want to do. He beat Richard Wood, a 5-year man from Southern California. But then Wood upfield to help make the tackle. Montgomery on the season, 41 receptions. Was the third favorite receiver of Ron Jaworski. 494 yards coming in. Averaged about 12 yards. He got 31, as Tim called it, on that play. A big first down for the Eagles.
Cedric Brown finally made the stop, and the Eagles on the move at the 38 of Tampa Bay. Out of the eye, the pitch to Montgomery going wide left, cuts it back off tackle. Well played by the Buccaneers. He got at most 2 yards. Richard Wood driving in to start the breakup. Cecil Johnson and Dewey Selman finishing Montgomery off, and an Eagle is down, and it looks like it might be Leroy Harris. 40-yard line, and they're quickly out there to attend to Leroy Harris. If he cannot continue, we would likely see Larry Barnes in that fullback spot, who has not seen action in the game thus far. It'll be 2nd down and 10. There was no on the play.
Actually, when Leroy Harris came over from the Dolphins, Larry Barnes was the starting fullback, and there are some within the Eagle organization that feel Barnes should still be the starting fullback. Harris came in with a bit of a bad attitude from the Dolphins camp. He also came in out of shape, and if anyone is familiar with the 3-hour workouts that Dick Vermeil runs, all through the course of the season. In fact, Tim, as you were talking with both coaches yesterday, you know that the Eagles worked out for 3 hours on Thursday, full pads. Meanwhile, John McKay had a leisurely, I think, hour and a half, hour and a quarter workout with the Buccaneers here, getting ready for this playoff game on their home field. We have a new attendance record set here, and I'm sure that of the 71,402 in attendance, 71,000 of them are wearing orange shirts.
Yes, for sure. It's really remarkable. You look around here, and it's all you can see is orange. There's a scattering of green over in one corner where I guess some Eagles fans made the trip, got tickets, and they're here in support of their Eagles. We can see some of them standing up right now, waving green pom-poms, but boy, they look lonely down there in that one corner. Harris is up and on his feet, being assisted to the sidelines, but under his own power. Larry Barnes, number 38, a third-year man from Tennessee State, is in the game at fullback with Wilbert Montgomery. 2nd and 10 when play resumes from the 38-yard line of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The big play, Montgomery taking the short pass from Jaworski, turning it into a 31-yard gain. And the Eagles trying to keep it alive here with 2:02 to go in the third period.
Barnes, by the way, Tim, might be a better pass receiver than Leroy Harris. Not as good a blocker, but a better pass receiver.
Carmichael in the slot right, Smith is wide right. And they're going to throw on 2nd down. Straight back to Jaworski. He's under pressure. Jaworski under pressure is sacked. And it is Leroy Selman, number 63. The charge was led by Randy Crowder, but it was Selman who got him. And listen to this crowd as he is dropped back at the 48-yard line of Tampa Bay.
Credit the good drop by the linebackers that time. The big pass rush by Randy Crowder, a 5-year man from Penn State. Jaworski got away, and then Leroy Selman, the 4-year veteran from Oklahoma, finally came in with a big bear hug and threw Jaws down to the ground. And you look for a key play so far in the third quarter, that has to be it, because the Eagles had some momentum going. They had 2nd down, a passing situation. Now they've got 3rd and 20, the favorite situation of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 3rd and 29.
3 wide receivers, and Billy Campfield in. Jaworski under pressure, gets away from one man, and he's now dropped by Selman again. And once more, it was Bill Kohler and Randy Crowder forcing the action, with Selman doing the tackling back at the Eagles' 40-yard line. And again, the crowd appreciating Buccaneer defense.
71,402 in attendance. Most of them rooting for the Buccaneers. Good job by the Tampa Bay secondary that time, as Leroy Selman tied up Jaworski for the 2nd straight play. Max Runiger, the rookie from South Carolina, in to do the punting. His last one was just 27 yards.
Danny Reese, the deep man at the Tampa Bay 15-yard line. Runiger digs out a low snap, gets a good kick away, excellent kick, driving Reese back to the 5-yard line. He's going to return it, gets to the 10, gets to the 15, gets to the 20-yard line. Good return. Billy Campfield made the tackle, number 37, but Danny Reese responding with that outstanding punt from Runiger, traveling 53 yards. He got 15 yards back to the 20.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 yards to go for Doug Williams. 31 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The Buccaneers have been scoreless. The Eagles have gotten just a field goal. And otherwise, that's all she wrote. Another conclave. The Eagles might have been offsides or had a man downfield. There's a flag all the way back at the 48-yard line of Philadelphia. And we might do this one again.
Well, it has to be against the Eagles. And the Buccaneers, figuring maybe he can't pop another one 53 yards, are happy to let him have another kick at it from farther back.
Line of scrimmage was the 42-yard line of Philadelphia.
Well, now they've got the sideline chain men somewhat confused here. They're moving the chains back to the original line of scrimmage, which is way back upfield in Tampa territory. Remember, there were 2 sack blocks. 4th down, recheck. Gilla in somebody downfield too soon on the kick by the Eagles. We couldn't hear it as we're not always getting the announcement of the referee. into our CBS radio feed. So in any event, that is the signal. Somebody downfield too soon on the kicking team. And now Runiger standing at his own 22-yard line. And another low snap. And again, another good job by Runiger. And they're going to call... No, they're not going to call it. No, all right. It's returned by Danny Reed over the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay Buccaneers picked up 15 yards on that exchange following the penalty. The Eagles thought Runiger was knocked down by the Buccaneers rush, and the officials disagreed with him, although they were pointing at the ground. I thought maybe the flag was coming, but it was not.
I think what they said, Tim, is that they got a piece of the ball. Dick Vermeil was furious. He ripped the headset off. There's no question that Runiger was knocked down as Max limped off the field. The Eagle bench is up in arms, but that's the way that John McKay has played the whole game, with all the penalties called against the Bucs.
And so the Buccaneers start first and down from their own 31 instead of the 15. In motion behind the ball is Larry Mucker. The give is to Ricky Bell running hard outside. Get the block on the corner. And it was Herman Edwards, number 46, who took the block from number 61, Greg Roberts, but still managed to cut the wheels out from under Ricky Bell, but not before a gain of 6 yards. And that brings the third quarter to a close. At the end of the third quarter, the score, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 17, the Philadelphia Eagles 10.
Heading for the 1980 Winter Olympics, here's two-time Olympic gold medalist Harry O'Brien with a word on what to expect at Lake Placid.
Lake Placid's transportation plan is designed to keep everyone out of traffic jams. The control plan calls for vehicle checkpoints to be set up on roads at the edge of the primary area. Only authorized vehicles identified by sticker or markings will be allowed to enter at these points. All other vehicles will be directed to turn back.
Traffic problems? None for you when you listen here for CBS Radio's Olympic reports throughout the games. And right now we'll tell you what to expect from the teams and athletes in a special series of daily pre-Olympic reports Monday through Friday. I'm Howard David, and I'll anchor these broadcasts with news of the upcoming Olympics. Listen here for CBS Radio Sports Olympic reports Monday through Friday on most of these CBS Radio Network stations.
Jim Kelly and Tim Ryan back for the final 15 minutes of regulation. Of course, with the Buccaneers clinging to this one touchdown lead, the possibility of overtime would loom in this playoff game. Buccaneers take over. They've got a first down and 10 yards to go. Ricky Bell over the 102-yard rushing mark so far this afternoon. He has 2 touchdowns. And you would expect that the Buccaneers would try to keep it on the ground, Tim, over the fourth quarter and use up as much of the clock as they could. Keep the ball away from Jaworski and his receivers. But so far, Tampa Bay's defense is more than controlled. Harold Carmichael, Charlie Smith, Wilbur Montgomery sliding out of the backfield, and Keith Krepley, the tight end.
Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense, we just keep talking about it. They can play with anybody. And if they get through this game, they're going to be trouble for the winner of Dallas, L.A. No doubt about it. They've got to win this one first. There's only a 7-point differential. We've got a quarter to go. The pitch out to Ricky Bell. Bell trying to get wide on the short side. Good defensive play by the Eagles. It appeared to stop him short of the first down. It was John Bunting, the linebacker from North Carolina. And pick up maybe 3 on the play. It'll be second and a little more than a yard to go as they mark the ball right in front of John McKay on the Bucs sideline. They need to get to the 41 for a first down. Let's call it 3rd and 2. The ball is spotted at the 39. Giles back in at tight end. Out comes Isaac Hagan. Obradovich is in. They've got double tight here for 3rd and short. High formation. Johnny Davis, the lead back, with Ricky Bell. Bell is over the 100-yard mark with 104 yards. Here's Bell again, diving for the first down yardage, and it's going to be close, but he may be short. Let's wait and see how they mark this one.
This will simply be a judgment call on the part of the official. I think that Bell might have gotten it with a little extra effort by less
Looks like
than
it's short. I think they've marked it short from my view here. They took the ball out from the pile-up and marked it. They are going to measure,
right,
however.
Yep. We've got the glasses on it now. We are so high. How high are we?
4 feet high and rising. How's the rest of that?
All I know is what I said in the first half. The blimp is below us.
There are too many lines to come back with off that. How high are we? I'm just going to leave that alone, Jim. It is short. The Bucs will punt. Blanchard comes in. The fans, some of them, a little unhappy that they're not going for it, but you're into the percentage time here. Well, 14:49 remaining in regulation time.
Just the ones wearing orange. They're the ones that...
Yeah. 17-10, the Buccaneers with the lead, and their defense has been doing the job today, so they're happy to kick it away here rather than risk being stopped short at their own 40. Wally Henry, the deep man for the Philadelphia Eagles, standing at the 17-yard line, and Blanchard for the Buccaneers, awaiting the snap at the 25 of Tampa Bay.
You don't think John McKay has a fake punt in his game plan at this point, do you?
No, I don't. I would not hesitate to say that I don't expect that. Blanchard hits it from the 31-yard line. Low liner that now rises up and drops Henry back inside the 10. He shakes one tackle, gets to the 15 to the 17-yard line, where he is stopped by number 36, Rick Burns, reserve running back. And Wally Henry, always dangerous, got a pretty good return, but Rick Burns made a good stop to prevent him from getting more. So the Eagles will start from their own 17. 14:21 to go regulation time with the score. The Bucs 17 and the Eagles 10. Let's take time out.
A message from the CBS television network. Harry Truman said it best, the buck stops here. The American presidency has been called the world's toughest job, and covering it's a non-stop challenge. That's why the president doesn't make a move without Robert Pierpoint, Leslie Stahl, and Lee Thornton. CBS News White House team, Washington, or anywhere around the world.
Cartwright and Company, only on the CBS Evening News.
52-yard punt, a 10-yard return for Wally Henry, and an Eagles first down at their own 18. Let's pause 5 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the CBS Radio Network.
Hear live reports from Weather Command on News Radio 78, WBBM, Chicago.
8 out of 16 in the passing department for Ron Jaworski, 103 yards, facing the NFC's best pass defense right now. Down by 7, 14:21 to go. Eagles have to be a little careful here not to force the interception, and certainly Wilbert Montgomery, who has been fumble-prone, must hang on to the football. The Eagles can ill afford a turnover here, which might result in a Tampa Bay score.
Smith wide left, Carmichael right. Barnes continues at fullback to the injured Leroy Harris. They shift to the I formation. They give it to Montgomery, coming right back into the middle. He's met at the 21-yard line. Randy Crowder, number 71, the linebacker Cecil Johnson, and he got about 2 on the play. Let's call it a 3-yard gain and make it 2nd and 7.
Tim, after 3 quarters, total yards in the football game, Tampa Bay 258, Philadelphia 128.
Well, the only Eagles touchdown coming off the interception by Jerry Robinson, getting them a first down at the 11-yard line at Tampa Bay. They have not been able to move the ball. 2nd and 7. Jaworski swing pass for Montgomery, and Lewis is there. David Lewis read that perfectly. He arrived just as the ball did, and it's a loss of about 5 yards on the play back to the 15.
Well, we said that Vermeil was stubborn. He continues to stick with the same game plan, running the ball into the strength of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Montgomery off tackle left and right. The swing pass on the back, that time diagnosed perfectly. The Bucs computer certainly recognizing the Eagles' tendencies. Very predictable offense, and now the Eagles find themselves 3rd and 13.
Well, in defense of Vermeil, predictable offense got them a lot of victories this year, Jim. Here they are in the playoffs, having knocked off the Bears in round 1. But they're against the best defense in the league. Jaworski on 3rd and 13. Screen to Campfield, he dropped the ball. Billy Campfield dropped the ball on a screen pass that was going nowhere anyway. There were 3 Buccaneers waiting for him, and he caught it, so it didn't really matter. And listen to the roar of the crowd here. The orange-shirted Buccaneers fans, even the most loyal among them, could not have expected that their team would look as good as they have thus far against a quality outfit like the Philadelphia Eagles. Remember, we mentioned they were only 2-2 against teams 500 and better. Their reply would be, well, we didn't make up the schedule. We played the teams that were put in front of it.
That swing pass to Camfield, reminiscent of the one that went for a touchdown last week against the Chicago Bears, but the Bucs recognized it immediately, and like most of the Philadelphia receivers, footsteps heard, and the pass was dropped.
Rudiger with another outstanding punt off a low snap. 3 times he's fielded it. Reach takes it from his own 30, gets to the 35, to the 40, and dives forward to the 43-yard line. The kick was really too good. It was really too good a kick by Rudiger. It gave Reese ample time to return it all the way to the 43 before Mark Slater made the stop. Another 52-yard punt by Rudiger, a 10-yard return by Danny Reese. Looked like a little more than that to me, and he has a first down for the Bucs at their own 42. 12:32 left. Regulation time with a timeout on the field, and the score, the Bucs 17 and the Eagles 10.
Will that be you stranded out in the cold? Did you remember to add heat to your gas tank to prevent gas line freeze-ups? Start quickly with heat. Heat gas line antifreeze improves combustion and positively prevents gas line freeze-ups. Heat helps keep your engine in tune, extends gasoline mileage, and prevents formation of power-robbing carbon. Buy Heat gas line antifreeze today. Don't stall. Add heat and go. And Heat's exclusive new long neck container easily fits all tanks. Protects your hands from spills and chills in winter's cold. The shape is perfect, too, for those hard-to-reach gas tanks. No more skin knuckles, funnels, or flimsy pull-up spouts. Heat protects your car, and its new container protects your hands. Buy Heat gas line antifreeze today. Don't stall. Add heat and go. Heat. H-E-E-T.
71,402, a sea of orange on their feet here at Tampa Bay Stadium. 12:32 left in regulation, and the home team clinging to a 7-point lead. The defense rising up to it. The crowd spurring the offense on now. They'd like to see them run out some of the clock.
The Buccaneers, with a good return by Danny Reese, have first down at their own 42. They come out in the I formation, Bell and Davis. Davis, the lead back, number 38, the second-year man from Alabama. The number 2 pick a year ago. They give us to Bell. Straight ahead, not much at all. Eagles close up the middle. A gain of maybe 2 as they are throwing Bell all the way back to their own, to the Tampa 31-yard line, but his forward progress is upfield about 15 yards. It was Jerry Robinson, the outstanding rookie from UCLA. Boy, the Eagles got themselves a man there, and that's Bill Bergey's spot. If he can come back and play, this linebacking core, already strong, would be certainly one of the very best in the NFL.
There you've got the running back from USC, Ricky Bell, being tackled by the linebacker from UCLA, Dick Vermeil, former coach of the Bruins, and, of course, John McKay, former head man of the Trojans.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. They're in the pro set this time, Bell and Davis. Wide right is Morris Owens. 2 tight ends are in, Giles and Obradovich. Long count by Doug Williams. They give to Bell. Bell coming off the right guard, pulls his way over midfield, picked up about 6, maybe 7 yards. He'll make it 3rd and about 1.5 yards. Good running by Ricky Bell. Robinson again on the tackle with help from Frank LeMaster, number 55.
And like so many times when Ricky Bell touches the football, that little off-tackle play, it doesn't look like much, but that time it sure was. It picked up almost 5-6 yards, brings up 3rd and short.
Darrell Carlton has been doing more than his share of the work on the offense today at right tackle, and substituting for the injured Charlie Hanna. Some questions as to whether the big guy, Carlton, pretty heavy, would be able to do the same good blocking job Hanna had. He's been tough today. Bell breaking loose. Gets to the 30-yard line, to the 25, inside to the 23-yard line of the Eagles. Another big hole off left tackle behind Horton and Revis. Herman Edwards finally pulled him down. A big, big play in this game. First down to the 23-yard line of Philadelphia. A 22-yard run by Ricky Bell.
Well, it was designed to go outside. He cut it inside just a little bit, got a good block over on the left, and then broke it before he was finally thrown down by Herm Edwards, who had to come up from behind to make the tackle. Edwards threw him down to the ground about as hard as he could, hoping for the fumble. And right now, that's all the Eagles can do is hope for some kind of a turnover, because they're definitely within striking distance. If you're thinking Neil O'Donoghue field goal, of course, Tampa Bay is thinking touchdown.
The Bucs, a turnover-prone team, have turned it over only once on an interception that was not a bad play at all. Just a tipped ball picked off by Jerry Robinson. Straight ahead, Johnny Davis picks up about 4 yards, make it 3. 2nd and 7. The ball just inside the 20 of Philadelphia. Claude Humphrey on the tackle. The Bucs on the move thanks to a big gainer by Ricky Bell, who has just been brilliant today.
Well, let's check the stats on Ricky Bell. He was up over the 102-yard mark before this drive began. He must be up around 145 yards so far this afternoon. Bell, 139 yards on 34 carries.
Outstanding day. It is 2nd and 7 for the Bucs inside the Eagles' 20. Davis the lead back in the eye. The pitch to Eckwood. Jerry Eckwood. And Eckwood gets about 2 before he is thrown down at the 17-yard line. And the man on the tackle, John Bunting, the linebacker, number 95. Randy Logan, the safety, coming up to help. 3rd down, close to 4. The play comes in with Obradovich and Mucker. Out comes Morris Owens. Obradovich and Giles is coming out. No, Giles stays in. They have double tight ends in. Bell comes back in to tumultuous applause.
I got to believe this will be Ricky Bell running left, get that ball right in the middle of the uprights.
3rd and close to 4. Slot formation left. And rolling right is Williams. Williams is going to run, gets a block from Bell, has a first down. Doug Williams with Ricky Bell doing it all today. Gets to the 10-yard line. First down, Buccaneers.
That's the bootleg again that this young man from Grambling runs so well. Ricky Bell leading the blocking out there on the right side. Bunting was suckered out of the play. Robinson finally came over, and a very distraught Dick Vermeil because his team not playing Eagle football, certainly not the kind of intensity. And you look for a backbreaker. I think, Tim, it was that 22-yard run by Ricky Bell that set up this drive.
1st and goal from the 9-yard line. An 8-yard gain by the quarterback, Williams, who twice has run successfully for first downs today. Davis, the lead back in the eye. Bell, the tailback. Bucker split right. Ricky Bell into the middle. He is earning his money today. Gets a couple to the 8-yard line. Dennis Harrison, number 68, on the stop. 8:23 remaining regulation time. One would have to think that if the Bucs get in here for a touchdown, even a field goal, that they have the Eagles in deep and dire trouble because they have completely shut down the Eagles' offense today.
No question about it. If they get the field goal, they would have a 10-point lead, and almost through 3.5 quarters, all the Eagles could score was 10 points, and 7 of those came after the Jerry Robinson interception.
Higgins, Eckwood into the ball game. Morris Owens, Davis, and Eckwood are the running backs in the pro set. 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. Davis straight ahead. He had a hole, but appeared to struggle starting and ran into a pair of Eagles right at the line of scrimmage. Johnson, number 65, holding him to no gain. Davis a little slow to hit the hole. Jerry Robinson, the linebacker, coming in to fill what was left of it.
Now you've got an interesting call if you're John McKay. Do you allow your young quarterback, Doug Williams, who has been interception prone, to put it up? Do you try to pass into the end zone and risk the interception, or do you keep it on the ground and try to come away with what appears to be a sure 3 points and put the Eagles 10 points away from tying it up rather than 7 right now?
Well, Doug Williams, evidently thinking as you were, Jim, said, I think I'm going to talk this over with John McKay. The play came in, but he wants to make sure it's the right one. Timeout called by the Bucs, 7:13 to go. Bucs 17, Eagles 10. Let's take our timeout. The thing is, I think they demoralize now. They demoralize the Eagles offense. I mean, the defense may still,
because it isn't only what you say, it's what you do. This bud's for you, for all you do. The king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Bud Light.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis.
John McKay has conferred on the sidelines with Doug Williams, his outstanding young quarterback, much maligned for his passing inaccuracies, just a 41.8% of completions coming in, but certainly you can't take anything away from the young man from Grambling this afternoon. He's been cool as a cucumber under fire and has done the job.
One running back is Ricky Bell. Slot formation left. They're going to throw. He rolls out. Williams looks for an open man. Touchdown! Jimmy Giles. Giles was open and he made a fingertip catch as Williams zipped it in there. You got to be a good receiver to hold on to that young man's passes, and Giles is.
The rollout, the linebackers had to respect the run. One-on-one, Bobby Lee Howard was beaten and beaten badly, and ironically it was Bobby Lee Howard that came up with a big interception that turned the Bears game around last week.
A fine play, a gutsy play, a good pass, a fine catch, because he really zipped it. He is so strong. Giles had to stretch out, make a fingertip grab, and he was wide open so he could concentrate fully. And that should about cement it for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in an upset here this afternoon, barring now an Eagle miracle. O'Donoghue's point-after attempt is good. 7:08 to play in regulation time. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers 24, the Philadelphia Eagles 10. We'll be back with a Tampa Bay kickoff in just a moment.
I said 24-10. I just had the wrong team.
Good service from your Chicagoland Buick dealers helps you keep the value built into your Buick.
But, Walter, just between you and me, Joe McConnell, if you go to your Buick dealers and don't tell them you're Walter Payton, do you think the service would be as good?
Well, when I go for service, they do a fine job.
And you don't tell them you're Walter Payton?
No.
Great. That's real Buick service.
But they might recognize my Bear uniform.
Whoever you are, wherever you go for Buick service throughout Chicagoland, you will recognize the qualified service that only Buick dealers can provide. Nobody knows your car better. And their complete service facilities, the latest equipment plus ongoing service training, all help your Buick dealers keep your Buick in top-running condition. As long as you own your car and at trade-in time, service pays off. It's part of the value at your Buick dealers.
Car for your money, take Chicagoland to buy.
Buick dealer service is okay by me.
71,000 on their feet chanting, "Hey, hey, Tampa Bay," as their Bucks are on the way to the NFC Championship against the winner of the Rams-Cowboys clash. That'll be tomorrow with Jack Buck and Hank Stram here on CBS Radio. Over on the sideline, a more than distraught head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, Dick Vermeil, looking at his play chart, trying to find out what will work, because so far nothing has.
O'Donoghue, a deep kickoff. Henry inside the goal line, dropped the ball, and now he'll have to take the touchback as he covers it up in the Eagles' end zone, and that may be symbolic of the way things have been going for Philadelphia today. He is a very primary person on the special teams, which has been a strength of the Eagles all season. That time he dropped it. It was a good kickoff, and he winds up having to take the touchback. Ken Clark was down there to cover.
Ron Jaworski checks back in after conferring with Dick Vermeil. The Bucks went 57 yards in 9 plays with 5:24 used up on the clock. The touchdown toss to Jimmy Giles, the tight end, the man that Dick Vermeil feared most, along with Ricky Bell in the Tampa Bay offense. So far, the Eagles' offense has produced next to nothing.
7 minutes remain. That is enough time to get a couple of touchdowns, of course, but against this Tampa Bay defense, it would appear unlikely. First down from the 20. Jaworski, play action. Under fire. Almost intercepted by Jarvis White. White reading that pass intended for Charlie Smith. A flag is down. White evidently being called for interference. It looked like he played the ball all the way to me, as he was just going to try and pick that thing off on a gamble, and is being called evidently for interference.
That's the call. Referee Fred Silva makes it official. Break for the Eagles. And really, if you go back to the very beginning of this football game and throughout it, one break after another in the penalty department for Philadelphia, and Tim, they have not been able to capitalize.
Well, I'm not sure what happened on that play. I really am not. From our view here, we're a long way away, mind you. But I cannot see interference. The crowd didn't either, but that doesn't mean anything. Jaworski under pressure on first down, and it's incomplete. Out at midfield, intended for the tight end, Spagnola.
And I'll be honest with you, if you wanted to throw a flag for pass interference, there appeared to be more pass interference on that play than there was on the previous
That's
play.
right. And with Charlie Smith, not Spagnola, the reserve tight end, it was 85. And yes, I agree with you. That one was certainly a borderline call. It could have gone easily as an interference call, but it is incomplete. Dewey Selman was the man doing the close covering on that play.
Jaworski, 9 out of 21 for 97 yards, but I'll be honest, they've played Dallas, they've beaten the Cowboys, they played Pittsburgh, they've beaten the Steelers. I don't think Jaworski has seen a pass rush like he's seen here this afternoon.
2nd and 10 from the Eagles' 40. Jaworski back to pass, swings it out to Campfield, incomplete. Campfield did not make the catch, the ball thrown a little low, but it was simply a drop. Richard Wood was right there on the coverage. It was Larry Barnes dropping the ball, not Campfield. Larry Barnes, number 38. So it is 3rd and 10 for the Eagles.
The whole season could come down to this. You're down by 14 points. To be honest with you, I can't imagine, even if they don't pick up the first down here, that they punt the ball away, down 14 points and 6:41 to go. Listen to this. The Eagles on 3rd down conversions, 1 of 7.
Juris White checks into the secondary of Tampa Bay to take a linebacker out, Cecil Johnson. 3rd and 10, Jaworski straight drop back. He's got pressure from Kohler. Throws the ball complete but short of the first down. It was Keith Prepley, the tight end. And he was hit immediately by number 33, Mark Cotney, and number 58, Dewey Selman. And it comes up 4th down and 4. Now the Eagles will likely go for it. 6:17 to go. They're down by 2 touchdowns. Louis Jamona comes in with a play. They'll make it Campfield, number 37. And Barnes goes out. 4th and 4 at the 45-yard line of Philadelphia.
And I'll tell you what, if the Eagles don't pick up the first down here, you're going to hear an explosion in Tampa Bay right here at this stadium.
Many of the crowd already on their feet. Complete to the tight end, Prepley. First down, Eagles. A big play for Philadelphia. Keith Prepley just got the first down yardage over the midfield stripe before he was hit by Dewey Selman.
3rd catch of the afternoon for Prepley, a total of 24 yards. The big receiver, the man whom John McKay feared the most, Harold Carmichael, has just 1 grab for 34 yards, and 15 of those were called back after a clipping penalty. Ron Jaworski now is 11 out of 24 on the afternoon for 109 yards.
Only their 2nd first down conversion on 3rd down, but it's a big one at the 49 of Tampa Bay. From the I formation, play action. They swing it out, intended for Barnes, number 38, and it's incomplete.
Vermeil over on the sideline screaming, claiming pass interference against Larry Barnes, but I think really the Eagles have been more than generous in the flag department so far this afternoon. As Tim has said, the Bucs have started more drives than not. 1st and 20 following holding calls against the Bucs. Billy Campfield will check in now, and Larry Barnes will check out. 2nd and 10 with 5:07. The clock stopped on the incompletion, and the Eagles down by 14 points. And the Buccaneers 5:07 away from either Los Angeles or Dallas.
Carmichael in the slot left. Charlie Smith wide left. Campfield and Montgomery are the running backs. Long count by the Eagles. Jaworski straight drop back out of the backfield. Incomplete. Montgomery dropped it. Wilbert Montgomery and the linebackers waiting for him. Wood, Johnson, and Dewey Selman. 3rd down and 10.
Eagles appear to be completely disheveled. Jaworski on the afternoon, 11 of 26, 109 yards and 1 touchdown. Doug Williams, a much maligned but very effective quarterback of the Buccaneers, 7 out of 15 and 1 touchdown as well.
Johnson out, Jordan in for the Bucs on 3rd and 10. Wide right goes Carmichael. Wide left comes Smith. Montgomery and Canfield continue as the running back. This might be the last gasp for the Eagles here. Loose ball, Jaworski. It's still loose, recovered by the Eagles. And it was Wade Key, number 72, diving on the ball. Nobody saw it except Jaworski, who was flattened and could not get to the loose ball. But it is 4th down at the midfield stripe, a loss of a yard on the play. And Jaworski had the same problem in the Bears game, dropping the ball in a key spot.
Bad case of the jitters again. Jaworski looking up, seeing Wally Chambers, Randy Crowder, Leroy Selman facing that devastating Tampa Bay Buck rush that he has all afternoon. A little bit under the gun, quick to pull out, fumbled the ball, got a break when the veteran Wade Key fell on it. 4th down. The Eagles' season could come down to this.
3 wide receivers. Fitzke is wide right. Smith in the slot right. Jaworski straight drop back. Short drop, and it is complete to Charlie Smith. And a 1st down for the Eagles at the 37-yard line. And another big play, this time on 4th down. Smith took a real rap from Jordan and Cotney and is getting up slowly, but credit to Smith. He made a great catch in traffic and held on despite taking a real tough shot. And the Eagles stay alive at the 37 of Tampa Bay. 4:01 on the clock. 15-yard gain.
Charlie Smith took the shot, as Tim called it, but that's been typical of Tampa's play so far this afternoon. All of the Eagles' receivers have been bumped and bumped good, and it really started the first time the Eagles had the ball when Leroy Harris was gang tackled and wrestled out of bounds with vicious tackling by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but certainly effective. The Bucs' first time in the playoffs came in here. They have been the team that has showed the poise all afternoon. The Eagles have been the ones that have fallen apart. The defense has completely hampered the Philadelphia offense, which has been ineffective, and this Tampa Bay team shows a lot more poise in the playoffs, Tim, than I think a lot of people gave them credit for.
That was certainly the big question mark about this club, especially the struggle they had at the end of the season facing the Central Division Championship. They seemed to tense up. They were young guys who didn't quite realize what they were on the verge of and couldn't finish it off until finally the 3-0 victory over Kansas City in their last chance to clinch the title in a driving rainstorm. They showed the character that day. They didn't get many points, but it was the same for both clubs, and they shut out the Chiefs. But coming into the playoffs, yes, you had to wonder, are they mature enough? Will they have the jitters? They haven't finished the season strongly, but today, perhaps their best football game of the season, even should they lose this football game, which is still possible. I think that most everybody would say that is the best game the Buccaneers played all year, both offensively and defensively.
No question about it. You have to be impressed with the job that John McKay has done you have to be honest, say, out-coaching Dick Vermeil and the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers played with much more emotion than the Eagles showed all afternoon. If you're thinking ahead to the NFC Championship, the Buccaneers would meet the winner of the Dallas-Los Angeles game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have already beaten the Rams 21-6, the 4th game of the season.
Barnes and Montgomery in the I formation as we're ready to go. 1st down, Eagles at the 37-yard line. Play action. Jaworski's got time, now runs out, now throws the ball, complete. Carmichael of the 10-5, touchdown. And the Eagles with a big play, following 2 big plays that kept the drive alive. A 4th down, 1st down pass. Now Carmichael with a touchdown toss. Jaworski started to run on this play, then spotted Carmichael and hit him with a perfect strike. 3:36 to go, and the Eagles keep their hopes alive.
And I think it was Jaworski scrambling out of the pocket, and as you called it, Tim, when he did start to run, the secondary back who was one-on-one with Carmichael pulled up a little bit. Harold, as you're taught to do, continued to run his route. Result, a touchdown toss, Jaworski to Carmichael. Eagles within 8. Make it 7 as the conversion by Tony Franklin is good. We've got 3:36 left to go in regulation. Tampa Bay 24, Philadelphia 17. There's a pause in the action with a score. The Bucs 24, the Eagles 17. Now let's take this time out.
If you've been waiting for the right time to buy a new 1979 Buick, your time has definitely arrived. For a limited time only, Buick is making it possible for your Buick dealer to offer outstanding savings on America's most admired automobiles. Almost all of his 79 Electras, LeSabres, Centuries, and Regals. Stop in and look over the selection and the savings at your Buick dealers now. Hurry. Don't let the time or the Buicks run out.
But, Jerry...
I need these things.
It's just you and me driving to a football game.
All I brought were some binoculars, an ice chest, portable TV, solar seat warmer.
Everything is so complicated these days. Financing my new GM car was simpler than this.
I'm sitting on my popcorn popper.
My GM dealer arranged for convenient GMAC financing right in his showroom.
You like my megaphone?
Jerry, simplify. Simplify, like GMAC.
You need these things to enjoy a game.
All you need are the tickets.
What? GMAC financing. We uncomplicate things.
If he does, he'll kick it to the right side. Fitzke and Robinson.
The Eagles about to kick it out. Speculation on all sides. Well, they attempt the onside kick. They went 80 yards in 9 plays, used up 324 to cut the margin to a converted touchdown. Franklin, as the Bucs prepared for the onside kick, and he does try it. And it's going to go out of bounds. It was caught on the fly by Scott Fitzke of the Eagles, but he was out of bounds when he caught it, and a flag is down.
You know what, Tim, that play is designed. Franklin kicks it in the air. You want to kick it about 2 or 3 yards off the ground of Fitzke. Fitzke would then try to bat it back to Jerry Robinson. That's what they tried, but it was too high for Scott Fitzke, the young rookie from Penn State, number 81. He's 6 foot, 187 pounds. He's got the good hands. He reminds me a lot of Fred Biletnikoff, who runs the good route, has the good concentration. So we'll kick it over again. Now, do you try the play again, or do you put this one away for real?
Well, 3:32. How much belief do you have that your defense can get the ball back for you quickly? I think that's the coaching decision here to be made. Because if you don't make this work, you're now giving them the ball at this point at the 40-yard line, your own 40-yard line. So I would think he's better off kicking it away and hoping that the defense can get it back for him. But
Eagles have all 3 of their timeouts left. The Buccaneers have 2.
Ragsdale and Reese awaiting it, and he tries it again, and it is a short one, but too far for the Eagles, taken by number 27. That is Tony Davis, and Davis hit immediately, but the Buccaneers have a first down at their own 48-yard line. Tony Davis catching the ball. John McKay and his special teams coaches had 3 defensive backs, all of whom can catch the football, and Tony Davis, a reserve running back there ready to take a short kickoff, and Tony Franklin just got that one a little too high, a little too far. It came down at the Bucs 48. Davis, even though he was hit immediately, retained possession, and the Buccaneers in the driver's seat. 3:25 on the clock.
Now, if you're the Eagles, you have to come with a blitz. Send the linebackers, try to force the fumble.
Davis and Bell. The setback, the give is to Ricky Bell going to his left off tackle, and the Eagles shut him down. 2 Eagles tacklers there. Reggie Wilkes, number 51, the linebacker, making the initial stop. Dennis Harrison, the second man in. A gain of 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the Eagles have called timeout with 3:14 on the clock. And so the Buccaneers at midfield with 2nd and 8 when play resumes. And I'm sure that there will be some questioning of the onside kick attempt, certainly the second one, and probably even some question about trying it the first time, but that's what makes football interesting.
Well, the first time it was a well-conceived play. You had at least a semi-element of surprise there where you have Fitzke trying to bat it back in. Franklin kicked it exactly, as you said, Tim, the way you didn't want him to. He kicked it right to one of the Buccaneers. If you're going to kick it that far, 24 yards, kick it another 5 or 10 yards beyond the secondary man for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and you'd put in one of your wide receivers or somebody who's a little quick and can get down there and maybe recover it, but kicked it right to Tampa Bay.
Well, another play they'll talk about. Indeed, some of the writers at halftime were questioning John McKay's judgment in making that pass with the team up 17-0, the one that turned out to be an interception. Some people would have chosen the conservative route there. I, on the other hand, thought it was the right play to make, even though it turned out badly for them. 2nd and 8, we're ready to go. Slot left, they bring Bell back to the right side. On the short side, he breaks one tackle, battles his way up, close to the first down. Hard running, cutting back against the grain, a pickup of about 7 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and less than a yard to go for a first down. Wilkes on the tackle for the Eagles.
And with that carry, Ricky Bell from USC just tied Lawrence McCutcheon's record of 37 carries in a playoff game. One more, of course, and he would then break the record.
Ricky Bell will get a lot of sleep tonight, I think.
149 yards, the most important of which could be coming up here if they can pick up the first down, Tim.
Third and less than a yard. Bell and Davis, the running back, Johnny Davis. They give it to Bell, coming wide right, and he is pulled down by number 87, Claude Humphrey, who came right in unimpeded. There was no block on him, and it is a loss back to midfield. And the Bucs will have to punt. Big defensive play by Claude Humphrey. 2:21 to go. The Bucs 24, the Eagles 17. Let's take time out.
This bud for you, for being on the job and working hard all day. This bud for you, for all you do. The king of beers is coming through. For all you do, this bud for you.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis. Good tidings to you from your Buick dealer, who right now is hosting his Buick Holiday Get-Together.
It's a Buick Holiday Get-Together.
It's a great time to see and test drive Buick's luxurious new 4.1-liter V6 Electra, not available in California.
Buick Holiday Get-Together.
Buick Electra with good tidings to you from your Buick dealer.
It's a Buick Holiday Get-Together.
Tom Blanchard punts to the 5-yard line. Henry brings it up to the 15 to the 17-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds by a pair of Bucs. The first one, Cedric Brown, number 34, followed closely by number 25, Curtis Jordan. And so the Philadelphia Eagles, with 2:11 on the clock and a chance to tie up this football game, will start first down at their own 19. A 45-yard punt by Blanchard, a 14-yard return by the ever-dangerous Wally Henry. First down at the 19. This is a character-building series for the Philadelphia Eagles that will mean the football season to them.
And single coverage out now. They go to the double coverage on Carmichael, wide to the right.
They send number 46, Danny Reese, who's in as an extra defensive back, over there to pick up Carmichael right away. Jaworski, straight drop back. He's got time. It's incomplete. Montgomery dropped the ball with Dewey Selman in pursuit. Montgomery might have had some running room had he made the catch. He had the angle on Selman. Had he turned it upfield, he might have been looking at first down yardage, but he could not hold on. And that is 2 consecutive drops by Montgomery.
And you know, Tim, the Eagles must be very intimidated by the secondary and by the linebackers of Tampa Bay, because with the exception of the 2 grabs by Harold Carmichael, all of the passes have been the little short stuff. To the back, looping out of the backfield, to the safety valve man. They haven't been able to go deep. They haven't been able to go wide.
3 wide receivers are in. Scott Fitzke goes wide right. Smith in the slot right. Carmichael left. 1 running back is Larry Barnes. Jaworski straight drop back up the middle, and it is complete. Good catch by Harold Carmichael. Double coverage on him. He makes the grab and a first down at the 33-yard line. They mark it at the 34. Brown was there and Mike Washington. And it is a first down catch for Harold Carmichael.
Pickup of 16 yards for the big guy. That's his 3rd catch on the afternoon. And that gives him a total now of 87 yards. But, of course, the clock is stopped. We are just inside the 2-minute warning, 1:59. And the Eagles are 65 yards away from tying up this football game.
Well, every NFL team has spent a lot of time on a 2-minute offense. It's not too often that your whole season comes down to a 2-minute offense. And indeed, should the Eagles score, Jim Kelly, the best that can do is force overtime, unless something strange should happen and that they score quickly, and something can happen in regulation time. But they are really with their backs to the wall. They must score a converted touchdown to tie the game and hope that something good happens for them in overtime.
Well, what Jaworski's got to be careful to do now in the face of the Tampa Bay pass rush, the linebackers dropping back, and, of course, the pass prevent defense, is be careful not to force the ball, not to try to throw into the double coverage, into the zone, also to have a ball deflected that might be intercepted by the Buccaneers. You want to isolate a back on a linebacker, perhaps over near one of the sidelines, so if they do make the catch, you can get out of bounds because you've only got one timeout and you got 1:59 left to go.
Bill Kohler, the 60-year man from Montana State, who was the starting nose guard at the beginning of the year, lost his job to Randy Crowder when he got hurt, is in at left defensive end, adding a little more speed than Wally Chambers provides there. And they have double coverage over on the left side. Jaworski under pressure from Kohler, and he throws it away, intended for Campfield. It'll be an incomplete pass intended for Campfield, and the fans and the Bucs want a deliberate grounding call. Jaworski had one called against him last week in the Bears game, and there was some disputing whether or not it should have been called, but this time it's ruled an incomplete pass.
And I'll agree with that call because Jaworski did have one of the Bucs.
Campfield.
Right.
Was his own man, Campfield, was in position.
Right, was out in the flat, and Selman did have the jersey of Ron Jaworski. Ron just couldn't get all of his mustard on it, so it's all a long incompletion, 2nd down and 10. And still the Eagles now with one timeout left.
Bill Kohler was the man on the pass rush, and he had come in for that purpose. 2nd and 10. Jaworski gets it off, and it's intercepted drop. It was thrown too high for Carmichael into the arms of Jarris White. He dropped the ball, and he is disconsolate. Jarris White, the ball came right in and out off his shoulder pads in the chest area, and that would have wrapped it up right there. 1:45 on the clock.
Well, that's what I was saying. If there's a criticism of Ron Jaworski, it is that he does force the ball on occasion. And, of course, you have to realize that they are in the pass prevent defense, the Buccaneers are. And that time he forced the ball, simply missed Carmichael, missed him bad. Jaworski now 14 of 31, 184 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
3rd and 10. 5 defensive backs in. Danny Reese, number 46. Straight drop back for Jaworski. He's got time. He's going deep. That's overthrown and will be intercepted, and that's dropped. Jarris White again. Jarris White, twice now on consecutive plays, has had the... But you think there's some jitters involved here. 1:37 left, and there's Dave Lewis over to hug him and say, hey, don't worry. You've done the job. You've knocked the ball away. They didn't catch it. We're all right. It's 4th and 10 from the 35. As Jaworski was long that time trying to get to Charlie Smith. And Jarris White, with a second opportunity to get the ball, just couldn't hold on.
Thrown right in his arms. Jaworski was way off the mark that time, and the Eagles' season comes down to this. It's 4th and 10. You've got to get the first down.
Slot formation left. Smith in the slot. Wide right is Carmichael. Wide left is Fitzke. Jaworski back to pass, flying it short, complete to Carmichael. First down, Harold Carmichael. At the 49-yard line, the Eagles are still alive. Cedric Brown on the tackle. And Carmichael, who is 6'8", had to go up about a foot to catch that high toss from Jaworski. Of course, they're happy to throw it high if they can get it in his range, because obviously nobody defending him can get that high.
Just about anything in the air is in his range when you stand 6'9". And this one might be coming back.
And a flag down that we did not see. A flag down on the play. An 18-yard gain is going to be called back. More importantly, a first down is being called back.
Vermeil can't believe it.
It must have been a late call. I did not see the flag. Nobody else did. Offside against the Eagles. It is 4th down and 15. And so the Buccaneers get an enormous break. Timeout call by the Eagles. Jaworski over to talk to Vermeil, who is just beside himself. Well, last week, the Chicago Bears had the complaint about the officiating in their loss to the Eagles. Things went in the Eagles' favor. Today, here late in the game, the Eagles have got some complaints, but surely, in retrospect, they'll have to look at the first half when all of the calls, or most of them, went against the Buccaneers, who survived them and indeed came right back in almost every case to make something good happen despite the infractions against them.
No question about it. The calls have definitely gone the way of the Philadelphia Eagles the entire football game. This one goes against them for offside. That's simply an execution mistake, mistakes the Eagles have been making throughout the game, both offensively and defensively. Go back to when in the first half they were still in the football game. They tried the field goal. Instead, it was a fake field goal. and they were guilty then of delay of game. They used up too much time on that particular play, and a first down that John Shira had run for was called back. So the Eagles' execution has been extremely poor throughout the afternoon. Tampa Bay, inexperienced in the playoffs, a first-time team here. They have played extremely well. If Dick Vermeil wants to complain, he might complain to his own team about falling behind 17-0.
Well, and how much the short week had to do for it in preparation for a team they hadn't played this season. Obviously, it was a factor in the game, but they were favored nonetheless, the Eagles. It is 4th down and 15. They have used up the remaining timeout. And so the last opportunity, it would appear, barring a Bucs turnover. If the Eagles don't get the first down, they would have to hope for a Bucs turnover. And the Bucs would have the clock and no Eagles timeout. 4th down, slot formation right. 1 running back, 3 wide receivers. Long count by Jaworski. Jaworski back to pass, and it is complete to Charlie Smith. He has a first down at the Buccaneers' 44-yard line. So credit to Jaworski for coming up once more, as he has 3 times in these final seconds. A 27-yard gain. 1:11 the clock is ticking. Jordan and Wood made the tackle for the Bucs. Hurry up offense. They throw it out of bounds and get the clock stopped with 1:03 remaining. Do not go away. Jaworski chucked it out of bounds in the general direction of Fitzke, but just to stop the clock. And it is second down, at the 45-yard line of Tampa Bay. Well, Jaworski has come up big here, Jim Kelly, on 3 plays here in the latter stages of this football game to keep the Eagles alive.
Well, they're out of timeouts. They've got 1:03 left to go in regulation. They're 45 yards away. Carmichael, the ace receiver, goes to the top of the field. Charlie Smith comes down to the bottom, but they need 45 yards of real estate. They can't force the ball or risk the interception again.
2nd and down, the rush is on. Jaworski gets it away, and it is incomplete. Nearly picked off by Curtis Jordan. 3 times the Buccaneers have had opportunities to intercept, but have not been able to squeeze the ball.
And Scott Fitzke, the rookie from Penn State, was open at about the 25-yard line. That's who Jaworski was throwing to. It was batted away by one of the Bucs and almost grabbed by Charlie Smith, who was coming over in the vicinity to help out Scott Fitzke. John McKay on the sideline, pacing nervously now, has just discarded his gum.
He'll be going for the cigar in another 54 seconds, though. Bill Kohler, number 77, had a good rush on Jaworski, but tripped up and wound up rolling close to the quarterback and couldn't get an arm on him. 3rd and 10. Jaworski straight back. Under pressure, screen pass to Campfield, incomplete. He dropped the ball. And Campfield did have a couple of blockers there. Richard Wood, the man who was right there to put the pop on him, had he caught the ball, but Campfield did have a couple of blockers and might have turned it into a gain. 48 seconds left on the incompletion.
And 4th down. They had to waste the down to stop the clock because they're out of timeouts. So now you've got to get 10 yards. You've got to flood one zone, either left and right, send them down and pick up the first down to keep the football.
Slot formation left, Charlie Smith. In the slot, Fitzke wide left, Carmichael right. 1 running back. Straight back to Jaworski. Sideliner for Carmichael, incomplete. The pass was sidelined, and Carmichael made an inside turn. Jaworski was under pressure, and the busted pattern results in an incomplete pass. 43 seconds remain to play. The crowd is on its feet. The Buccaneers can use it up as soon as play begins. 43 seconds away from advancing to the NFC title game.
Well, Timmy, you called it exactly right. Jaworski under a heavy rush threw it to the outside. Carmichael turned it inside. Eagles are out of timeouts. Tampa Bay's Doug Williams will fall down and the clock will run down. And these Buccaneers, first time in the playoffs, will head for Los Angeles or Dallas.
Williams covers it, and they have a man behind him. A deep man just to make sure. It's Larry Mucker, I believe, just in case the ball comes loose. He'll be the safety man in his own backfield to make sure. 27 and ticking. They're already congratulating each other whether they will have to take a delay a game before the clock runs out. I would think they'll have to, but the Bucs are just down there congratulating each other. They're not even attempting to go to the line of scrimmage. 10 seconds left. The fans are on the field, and they're just going to count it away. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, in just their 4th season in the National Football League, with a stunning upset of the Philadelphia Eagles, have advanced to the NFC Championship. It's all over officially. Zeros on the clock. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with a brilliant display today defensively and running offense by Ricky Bell,